Let's Go Racing here at Talladega. 375 miles, 74 laps around this track. All right, and just like that, lap one in the books. Boyd Hogan out to an early lead. You saw him start on the outside of Porter there and has now positioned himself out front. Great place to be, especially with the shuffle behind. You know, definitely being in the front, very front, being in the very back. Normally the safest spots to be early race and through the center of the race. But I do have a lot of confidence in these guys to put down many more green laps than caution laps here this evening. So let's get settled in, and we'll enjoy a nice evening of super speedway racing. Go on board here with Tyler Justice, who's currently riding P5 up 2 spots from the start of this race. So a great start for Mr. Justice, just up a couple spots, but I mean, track position is king, and if you can gain some right off the bat, definitely a great time to do so. And I am gonna refresh the paints here just in case with someone joined late, don't want their hard work to go unnoticed. Looks like the outside lane is starting to get pretty formed up here. Colby DiCarlo there, can't quite see it yet, still waiting for Trading Paints to load his paint, but Colby DiCarlo there leading the outside lane with Joseph Stafford just behind him. Colby DiCarlo with 5 top 10s. I feel like I have called his name a lot this season so far. No wins yet, no top 5s yet, so might just have that dark cloud kind of circling above early in this season, but definitely a fast driver. Look for him to continue to work with others to move forward here, as we now see a third lane out there. See if I can spot who that is. That's Xander Short. Haven't seen him in a long time. Definitely love seeing him back out on the track racing with the guys. See him in that 38 car trying to get that third lane formed up. I see Blake Neer jump out into that second lane ahead of DiCarlo there. So outside lane starting to get some more takers here. Continuing to chip away at the dominance that this inside lane has had here early 6 laps in. Now you see Boyd Hogan throwing up a block there, causing Neer to stretch out. We're 4 wide down the front stretch here on lap 6. And a big shuffle at the front as Boyd Hogan has slid back several spots now. Now DeCarlo's up front with Joe Stafford pushing him. And you see the 33 of Austin Brooks there with Garrett Lowe just behind him as well. So a lot of fast drivers shuffling to the front after we saw that block to the high side Hogan threw. Might have cost him dearly here, as now he's trying to get that momentum back up and going there on that third lane. We'll go out to a blimp view here to see how these momentums, these lines are gathering momentum. See that middle lane there, great run off of 4. That's the 33 of Austin Brooks and Garrett Lowe there working well together. And just behind them, Aiden Beerline trying to get formed up with them as well. But just an absolute massive run there by Brooks and Lowe. Be sure to watch whoever the 89 is pushing, because he pushed him out about 3 car lengths ahead of DeCarlo there. Now we have Lowe out front being pushed by Aiden Beerline here. And here comes Boyd Hogan back on the outside, being pushed by Casey Tucker. So yeah, Hogan did drop back a bit, but stay committed to the outside lane, and it is working for him here as he continues to threaten for the lead yet again. Now Garrett Lowe trying to make that middle lane work for him there as he slides ahead of the 96. So a lot of heavy racing up front here early. Just coming to start lap 10. Already have a lot of action up front. And Hogan doing well here to manage the front here as he drops down ahead of Lowe on the exit of 2. You see that outside lane kind of dying off just a bit. Have a little bit of a breakup there. This inside lane seems like preferred line as of now. Have Porter, Lowe, and Hogan pushing strongly here through 3 and 4. So after that big shuffle there, things seemingly have calmed down here. Pretty single filed out as we have cars around. We do have our first wreck here on lap 11, trying to identify what went wrong there, but you saw through 1 and 2, we had numerous cars around there. See if we can go back and take a look here. Oh man, yeah, you see the 45 spinning. Blake Neer also involved there. Oh man, yeah, Daryl Hahn just, I don't know what happened, but he just came down the track. Try to get a better look here. Push just gone bad there. You see DeCarlo push the 8, just got him loose. Comes down the track and clears out the 45. And then Blake Neer just nowhere to go. Collecting Xander Short there too. And Neer almost completely just lifting off the ground there. Luckily he was able to stay on the wheels there, but heavy impact. And it looks like DiCarlo actually makes it out unscathed here. See him pushing on down the front stretch here and into corner 1 is where it all goes wrong here. I mean, it's hard to say. It's just, you saw DiCarlo really work to the outside there. Not much of a shove at all to the back of Han, so it could have just been an air thing. Han just got super light on the rear, and he had too much wheel in it, as we see Hogan and numerous other cars electing to come down pit lane here on lap 12. And Hogan did roll through his stall there a little bit. So did Cody Porter, it looks like, and that's going to be enough there to allow Garrett Lowe to steal some spots here on pit lane. And does look like driver of the 72, Caleb Begg, elected to stay out here. I don't know if you guys remember, but he did start in the back, last position to start the race. So has gone from last to first after that caution. We'll see how this pans out for the 72. Obviously, we'll be off schedule if we continue green. But you know what? Hey, if you're gonna improve your position and try to win, you're gonna have to get creative, especially when you're starting way back there. So respect to the decision here. And let me actually see. So we do have a pretty good length cautions here. So let me see if I can grab DiCarlo and see what happened there. Oh, David, I see you're in here now too, now that I opened Discord.
Yes, sir. I just popped in. Sorry I'm late to the party. Looks like it's been exciting.
Yeah, all good, man. No worries at all. Yeah, just had our first caution there a couple laps ago. Was about to grab Colby DiCarlo here to see what happened. Give me 1 second. DiCarlo, you're in the booth. You got us?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, so we saw you behind Daryl Hahn there through 1 and 2. I assume that maybe you got into him a little bit, but it seemed like you just cleared to the outside, and that was enough for the air to... I don't know. Do you know what happened there?
Yeah, I actually went back and looked at it while I was getting that rear end damage fixed, and I am still clueless. Don't know what happened.
Yeah.
Because I didn't even feel that. I didn't even feel it.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I assume that you gave him a shot or something, but yeah, it looked like you totally missed him. So just not exactly sure what happened there. But hey, man, good job early in this race. Seems like a lot of action up front, and we'll get you back to your channel there.
That's sweet. Thanks.
That was Colby DiCarlo, driver of the 17. We were talking about him early. I mean, has shown a lot of promise in this league, and I mean, outside this league too. Has put in a lot of work to keep improving setups and his driving week after week. So expect DiCarlo to have success here today and as we continue this season. But pace car lights are off. We'll be back to green. How you doing tonight, David?
I'm doing well. I've been nerding out the past 3 days on dedicated servers, trying to get some of the side projects going, but I'm doing well. Ready to watch some At Dega action, yep. I'll tell you what.
Absolutely, man. I was actually surprised. Quite a big
turnout today.
Yeah, it's a money race, man. So you know how that goes.
A lot of heavy hitters out there today. This is going to be one wild event. Still working through stage 1 here, but you know, it's only going to get more and more action packed from here.
Yeah, absolutely. When we do have we have Garrett Lowe, who actually qualified for the Coke Series. He was in the top, I believe he was 28th in the top 30 after the Coke qualifying concluded. So awesome to see him back out here. His pace car is off, waiting on Caleb Begg to get us restarted here on lap 14.
Yeah, that's really good to hear, because I know a lot of those guys were busting their backs to make sure that they get into position as the green flag flies.
Yep, green flag back in the air. Pretty clean start. Seems like the inside lane, the preferred lane. And so far, I'd say 72's decision to stay out is paying off here, as he has a good push partner there with Garrett Lowe.
Yeah, the number 33 of Austin Brooks, looks like he's doing a good job hanging in there tight. Outside line breaking up a little bit, as you can see them kind of tapping each other, losing that momentum, trying to build up as much air speed as they can. It's Austin Brooks now on the outside hanging tight.
Yeah, outside lane has some heavy hitters, though. They have Boyd Hogan and Joe Stafford there, so a lot of great guys there to make that lane work. Just a matter of time until they can get that momentum and compete for these top spots here.
Yeah, I actually tuned into the broadcast while I was getting everything reset up to do this, and they were making some serious moves. I was watching. I was really impressed. They made all three lanes work. They were moving and bumping and banging, and it was impressive to see.
Yeah, I think we were 4 wide on lap 6, so that just shows the aggressiveness and the willingness to race early, as we have some shuffling up here at the front. Garrett Lowe working against the 33 of Austin Brooks here. Seems like the outside lane is now the preferred lane. We'll see if they drop in ahead here or commit. As you see Beerline there kind of get shoved out. He kind of got pinched out there by Hogan. So he's going to lose a handful of positions here if he can't get back and connected with these guys.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely going to be very important to stay close to each other. Once you kind of stick your nose out, if you don't got cars going with you, you might have a run for a very short while, but you'll quickly find that wall of air and fall back, as you kind of saw the number 33 on the inside. He had no one behind him. So while he was kind of holding his own, he just really quickly got swallowed up by the outside line. As everybody's single file, three wide, but they're single file. So that's going to build up a lot of momentum, a lot of energy. And these guys are moving it. You know, they're going lane to lane to try to figure out how are these cars going to handle for the later run. What can they do now? That way they can kind of know what to do when it comes to the end of the stage.
Absolutely, and a complete madness here, as now Boyd Hogan has worked his way to this bottom lane. All three lanes formed up pretty uniform here. It seems like the inside lane now the preferred lane, though, as they continue to stretch out their lead. The lane near the wall, they're trying to get organized. There can be a lot of speed up there, as we see Porter jump ahead of a driver back there in the third lane. But again, it seems like as long as you stay calm, stay organized, you're gonna be the preferred lane here, and the bottom lane is the lane doing that as of now.
Yeah, you know, it's really going to be all about organization. You know, you can have 7 cars in one line. Yeah, you're going to be faster, but if everybody's kind of hitting each other and creating that accordion effect, you're not really going to build up the momentum you need to create that breakaway. As the inside line is trying, but the number 13 of Aiden on the outside of Austin Brooks with number 21 following suit. He's trying to make that outside line work. And if you can get close to the car on your inside, you can kind of pull that air away from him and kind of make it work, as Austin Brooks and the number 33 decides, you know what? That sounds like a good idea. Let's go. He's now going to try to build up that momentum on the outside line. So, I mean, even 4 or 5 cars, if they're more organized than the 8 on the inside, they're just going to build up that energy and that momentum, as Aiden's riding the bumper, the number 33 trying to give him a good shove. 33 kind of goes down a little bit. Ooh, man, it makes me nervous when you watch these guys bumping each other at 196 miles an hour and they get a little squirrely.
Yeah, definitely some cars set up to be pushed, while others are more aligned to pushing. So just depending on how these guys have their cars set up, you know, that could throw a major curveball in how their car handles while interacting with other drivers. And yeah, Garrett Lowe jumping to the outside here, and he's going to be sliding back a ways. Not sure what's
Yeah,
going on there, but maybe he
yeah,
just
I don't
feels
know.
like.
Maybe he wants to see. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say maybe he's like things are a little bit too crazy up here. I know you guys are gonna wreck, so I'm gonna try to drop back to safety there. But honestly, I'd rather be ahead of all the madness than tagging along there. But I guess we'll never know.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe we could pull him in under a caution and ask him what happened there. Yeah, 'cause maybe he's just wanting to experiment, kind of see what he can do with the car he has, and kind of move around between the air bubbles.
Sure.
And see if maybe he can work his way back up. Maybe it's strategy. Maybe he's getting ready to pit. I don't think so though, because we just had that caution, and they should have a full tank of fuel from then on, so they should be good for what is it, 40, 50 laps?
Yeah, I would say 35, right around there, 35. But
Yeah,
you
you
know
see
what?
him on the outside now.
Yeah, now that you mention it, it does sound like something where Boyd would tell him that he has to drop back and work his way back forward to practice for Coke. But we'll have to wait
Yeah,
and see
maybe
as we
he's trying
see.
to grab the Carlo.
Yeah, someone's still out on the track. Xander Short in the 38. We saw him involved with that first caution there. Has some damage to the front end, but as long as he can stay in the draft here, he should be able to ride along just okay. Just needs to be careful when he jumps out of line there. But
Yeah, you know, this track is all about aerodynamics. So yeah, as long as he kind of keeps his nose up against somebody and keeps that air, he should be all right. I did an ARCA Talladega race, and my teammate had no front bumper at all. As long as he was tucked in, man, he made his way up to fourth. It was wild to see. Austin Brooks now taking over the lead, getting a bump by the number 21 here in the middle lane. Oh, number 21 says, never mind. He goes up to the outside in front of the number 63 of Johnny Avila, trying to get a shove from him, but goes back down to hold that middle lane. 42 comes up, almost gets the side of the 63 there. So we're on board with the number 33 of Austin Brooks on the inside line, trying to hold his own, trying to get that inside line to build up that momentum, get that position back. But the middle lane, they were really organized.
oh, as we cart around right in front of Austin Brooks. And that's an absolutely big one there, as you see Boyd Hogan center your screen. Heavy damage to the front end of his car.
Yeah, that's not what anybody wants to see, especially this early on. Yeah, 96, 36, 33, 42 is involved. Even low, he got a little bit of that action there. Looks like a minor little tap to the back end of the 36, as we'll see here as the replay gets pulled up. But yeah, this is going to be rough for everybody.
It's who went around initially there? That was a 42 of Cody Knapmiller there, who just kind of re-engaged with the sim here. He was honestly, he was in the chat most weeks here, hanging out with us, watching the races. Decided to go racing, but unfortunate spin there for him right at the front.
Yeah, you know, you got to bump in order to make moves here, and when you're bumping somebody and you become the bumped, it just kind of creates a little environment that no one really wants. 04 just kind of gets up to his right side as he pushes him, and just around he goes, just quick like that.
Yep, we'll see a lot of guys coming down pit lane here to get some damage repaired, but really unfortunate wreck there right at the front. That does put Holden McGill up front, followed by Cody Porter. For now, we'll see how things unfold after a probable pit cycle here. So we see most of the field electing to come down pit lane. We'll check to see if anyone decided to stay out.
Looks like the only person who didn't pit was the number 8 of Daryl Hahn. Looking at the scoring, he's a lap down, so he was staying out to get his waiver round back. So I'm sure we'll see him come in for a top up of fuel. Tires, not that important here unless you blow them by sliding, but fortunately for iRacing, that doesn't really happen too often. You just kind of wear out and flat spot them. But with it being Dega, you know, you can kind of speed that up a little bit by just taking fuel and getting back to the pack and waiting for the next caution. So I'm sure a lot of these guys are gonna take advantage of having some damage and get those 4 fresh tires full of fuel and try to let his crew. And it's a big track. It is a very large track, 2.66 miles. So these guys got some time to really flesh out a lot of that damage.
Yeah, taking a look here on pit lane. See Boyd Hogan continuing to get damage repair there. Luckily, very long pace laps, so damage can be fixed. But obviously, sometimes the damage is too much to fix, as we have a situation like that. Cody Knapmiller here with the meatball flag that looks like it just disappeared on us, so might still be hope for the 42. We'll see if he's able to get back out and racing. But checking on the field, coming through 3 and 4 here. We'll see if the guys are able to exit in time or if they'll just accept it and go down a lap. But sorry, go ahead, David.
No, I was just going to say that with the meatball coming and going, I'm sure he's got some required repairs. Might see him go a lap down, but, you know, that's kind of a small fry thing with such a long race. You know, you get a lap down now, that's no big deal. You can get to wave around the lucky dog. You know, you got a lot of strategy that you can play out with here. And you do have to hope, though. You do have to hope there's going to be another caution.
So we see the 96 rolling off to stay on the lead lap here. Trying to see if yep, so the 42 car still on pit lane, so obviously he will go down a lap here.
It looks like the number 47 just entered pit road, maybe trying to get a little bit extra fuel, try to buy him an extra lap or two, or maybe shorten up his next pit stop.
Yeah, just was in the pit stop for 5 seconds, so probably topping off on fuel there. Planning for later race.
Yeah, I saw Austin Brooks go by on my camera when I was looking at Knapmiller on my little binoculars here. So yeah, a lot of people came down to try to top it up a little bit, just to kind of get, like I said, give them a little bit of fuel, maybe an extra lap or two, or maybe just shortening up their next stop in case it's a green flag stop. Lights are off, cars are double filed, lining up, getting ready to hit that green flag. These guys currently going around the track at 70 miles an hour. Yeah, that sounds like a lot, but when you're used to going 195, 198, you're ready. You're ready to mat that gas pedal to the floor. And I'm sure Holden McGill's ready to see what he can do starting out the race, or well, starting out the restart in the lead.
Yep, absolutely. Definitely pace laps take quite a bit of time. I think trying to remember what the longest pace laps are. I want to say Pocono, but I mean it could be one of these other super speedways. So
yeah, I don't know. That's a good question. I think all I know is I almost fall asleep through caution rid Dega races. It's one of the worst. I've been doing iRacing for quite some time, and I've gotten really acclimated to pacing and everything like that, but Dega just makes me want to go to sleep. As pace car gets down to the inside line, getting ready to go green, they're going to roll it up into the restart zone and throttle it up, and we're going to see these cars going 197 miles an hour, bumper to bumper, door to door.
the green flag back in the air. Holden McGill getting us restarted here on that inside lane. Johnny Avila just to his outside, followed by Aiden Beerline. Let's see how these two lanes form up here as we head into corners 1 and 2.
First 3 cars on the inside line, bumper to bumper, trying to build up that momentum to get all 3 cars ahead of that outside line before they can generate that energy that they need. But the 63 staying nice and tight, taking some of that air from them, trying to build that momentum as well, and it looks like it's working for them. The 63 and the 13 trying to make something work. Looks like the, is that the 97? Now the 49.
Oh, yeah,
Sorry, he has the same scheme as Picotti did, and the number's kind of hard to read when you're just looking at it in a hurry. As he gets a shove from the number 77, trying to tighten up that outside line. Things seem to be orderly. I think that big one kind of reminded them that it's still really early on in the race, and just take your time.
Yeah, we do have word Machine Gun Nap in the Twitch chat says, I've been checked and released from the infield care center. Car bottomed out and Porter's bubble just turned it around. So glad he's okay. But yeah, tough position to be in there.
Yeah, that was a wallop. As DeCarlo going to the outside of the number 12, and now in the number 21, the 82 of Minazzi Major following 57. There's Joseph Stafford. He's trying to make a look for third position on that outside line. More organized, but now it isn't, because the 17 and the 82 said, you know, let's run the inside line. They've had the most cars so far. Oh, now as Minazzi Major wants to make a round. Ooh, getting a little bit squirrely.
Not much loyalty here, as we see guys kind of jumping around to try to catch the runs when they can.
Ooh, 57 bobbles a little bit there, sitting between the 82 and the 63, but they're able to keep it gathered. Yeah, these guys definitely, they might be friends off the track, but right now here at Dega, they don't know each other. They're enemies, they're frenemies, whatever you want to call it. They just don't care. They want to see what their car can do, what moves they can make, and it's all a study session right now. We got 141 laps in total, 45 to go in the first stage. Now's the time to figure out what your car can do. It's just, whoa, 4 wide. They are 4 wide, comes to the tri-oval to the line. Everyone's doing a good job keeping it steady as we look outside of Larson there for a moment. Every car everywhere you look, and it's a big track.
Man.
That's an impressive thing. Yeah, look at that beautiful shot.
Yeah, we were. Oh, as we have a car around Minazzi Major. We have more
cars. 33 gets turned after.
Heavy hits to the inside wall.
Hard. Yep, 33 hard to the inside wall as well. Chandler comes to a stop right in front of him. That's a lot of cars involved, and
that's not a safer barrier wall there either. So, I mean, that's a concrete wall.
Yeah, that's a hard hit, no matter what speed you're going. This is definitely not what these gentlemen want. 33 has some extensive damage to his right rear, but like we were talking about earlier, while this is an aerodynamic track, it is important to have a clean car. As long as you know what the air is doing and how to work it, you're fine. As we take a look here, Minazzi just getting turned from a push, comes down, hits the right side of the car inside him, and then everybody just has nowhere to go. They're all moving around trying to avoid what's going on, and they kind of look up in their mirror, and multiple cars damaged. Hard hit.
Yeah, for the 31, that's Jeff Chandler there.
Yeah, oh man. A couple of these drivers might be going to the infield care center themselves.
Man, I'm kind of eating my words here. I was pretty convinced that we were just going to see a lot of green flag racing, but only 31 laps into this thing. And I believe that is our third caution. So field is thinning out rather quickly here.
Yeah, it's gonna be an interesting turnout here after a couple more laps if they keep this up. A lot of good drivers are gonna just not have the car to keep up, so they're gonna park it. And
we have one in the grass.
We'll go from what in the world? I've heard of cooling your tires off, but not like that. I believe that's the number 04 of Cody Porter. Just kind of spinal compression galore.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, he almost hit the wall. Yeah, he just shot down to the inside, almost hit the little cutaway for the service truck, but he straightened it out and just kind of kept going. Man.
We'll go on board here with Jeff Chandler, who took a heavy hit here. And when you hear that sound, that's never good.
Yeah, no, it's a disappointing event for Chandler. I'll tell you that right now. He's probably swearing everybody up a storm right now. He may not even know who to swear at. He's probably just looking over his relative and just going down the list until he feels he got the right name out of it.
But with that, it looks like Han will get another wave around here, so we'll be back on the lead lap. Should be. Actually, I could be wrong. We'll see.
According to my scoring, you are correct, but we'll definitely find out when everybody gets kind of sorted in there. It's Casey Tucker in the number 28, our current leader, kind of coasting around behind the pace car, probably trying to figure out how exactly to adapt the strategy here. I'm sure some of these drivers enter the race thinking it's going to be a caution fest. Some of them may have entered with, you know, we'll have a couple here and there. And then much like you, many were probably saying, no, we're not going to get any cautions. These guys, you know, they're pretty good racers and we respect each other and we'll give each other room. And now they're sitting here going, I don't know. How should I play this one out today?
Yeah, let's grab Mr. Tucker here now that he's up front. Mr. Tucker in your booth, you got
thirsty.
us?
Hello.
Hey man, what the hell is going on out there? We got 3 cautions, only 30 laps in. How's the morale going?
It's you know, my morale is fantastic. I can't speak for the rest of the drivers, but I am feeling good. The car is driving pretty solid. Yeah, I'm not sure how the strategy is going to work out if we go green, but I've still got a decent amount of fuel. I think I'm fine. Track position is pretty important, it seems like, as far as staying out of the wrecks.
Yep.
Runs are easy to, you know, come upon. You know, there's big runs. But yeah, feeling good, enjoying myself.
Look, be careful up there because the last 2 wrecks came within like the top 3 cars. So you know, you're up front, but just mind your P's and Q's. It's a money race, so people are gonna do crazy shit. But
I know. I saw both those crashes, and I barely missed a few of them, but we're still alive, baby.
All right, man. We'll let you get back to it. And, good luck for the rest of the night.
Thank you. I'll do my best not to crash.
That was
X-Triple
Casey Tucker,
87
driver of the 28.
Casey's always, yeah, X-Triple 87 in the chat says Casey's always in a good mood. You know, when you're sitting here leading, I feel that it just gets amplified. But I feel that I've never heard him, you know, get too angry at anything. But I'm sure he's just beaming ear to ear right now, just even more than normal.
Yeah, looking through the field here to see who might not be beaming ear to ear. Let's check in with Boyd Hogan, who's now sitting 23rd with a crinkled up race car. He absolutely got smoked there. So if he can come back from this, it'll be a ESPN classic.
Yeah, and you know, if we move to go for an interview under the next caution with him, we might want to get our booth ready with the censorship button. If this was daytime television, man, we'd reach our quota in no time. As he finally regains the pack, Hogan does. I'm sure he's spending a lot of time down there with his crew getting those bumpers flared back out and maybe just getting a little mobile punching bag put in his car so he can just reach over and deck it every couple laps and get the frustrations out. As Casey Tucker gets ready to lead the field to the green flag, pace cars off, rolling through into the restart zone. The very long wait for that. There we go, green flags in the air. Casey Tucker with a really good jump. The number 17 of DeCarlo, also a decent jump behind him. That's going to help that inside line with building up momentum. But as we were seeing earlier, that's not going to really matter for too long, as the number 89 of Garrett Lowe, the 12 of Morvant, the 04 of Cody Porter, they're working bumper to bumper, trying to build that momentum on the outside. As you can see, that 2-car breakaway. But that's also a bad thing, isn't it, with the way aerodynamics work out here?
Yeah, they're breaking away for now. Probably will have McGill and Stafford rejoin them here as they enter 3 and 4. But remember that that teamwork there as we progress in this race, have some late restarts potentially. Look for Casey Tucker, Colby DeCarlo. If those two are hooked up, they're very fast off the line. But now we have Garrett Lowe here working. Who do we say? That's James Morvant there just behind them. Middle lane's rolling pretty well here.
Yeah, they were able to kind of stay together, stay in each other's air. As the number 12 goes to the inside saying, dude, I'll see you later, man. I want this lead, even if it is for just a corner or a lap. As the 04 gets right up on the bumper of Garrett Lowe to try to continue that momentum. As a hard hit between the 28, the 17, and the 12 kind of gets the 28 a little bit wiggly. 17 has to get off the throttle, creating a big gap. That's going to kill their momentum. But, I mean, we've been watching it. It doesn't take long for that momentum to build back up. So we'll see how long Lowe decides to sit up there in the middle lane, as the number 12's now to his inside, trying to get that that lead, at least for one lap here. Ooh, a little bit of side to side or door to door bump there between the 28 and the 89 or 99 of Lowe. I see the number 99 on his card, but he's registered as number 89. So we'll just call him 8999 for now. How's that? 2311 style.
Yeah, it looks like Tucker just got a little bit tight there, kind of shot up the track just a bit, but yeah, able to keep it straight here. As it come down the backstretch, have Morvant and Lowe here leading both lines pretty even as of now. I would say the inside lane's a little bit more formed up, as we have a third lane now forming up there. Minazzi Major jumping ahead of Vincent Crow or Picardi, or sorry, that's I believe that's, who's that beer line with him up there?
13 of
yep, Aiden Beerline.
Yes,
yep.
Sir. Yeah, but they're not getting much going with that outside lane right now. I'm watching them kind of drift back a little bit now that they're a little bit more organized. They might be able to make it work, but yeah, the 82 just is not making any ground on the I believe that's the 47 of Picardi. Jumping back up to the lead here. Nice orderly file for being 196 miles an hour. As Garrett Lowe finally says, you know what, let me try the inside line. And you can just see how quick that middle line just lost all that momentum. Oh, 21 gets a little bit loose. Up. Oh, 28 sent down the track. It's going to make an interesting resurface because that apron is real slick. Oh, good job by everybody on that front there. Tucker now back towards midfield. That's gonna, I wonder if that smile went away.
I was gonna say, we just chatted with Tucker there, told him to be careful, and just like that, he's shuffled back now.
Oh, trouble, 38 around. Xander Short spins to the inside after a little bit of a wobble from the 0-4 ahead of him. So when we go take a look at that, we're definitely going to keep an eye on the 38 and the 82 and the 0-4, because that was almost terrible for everybody.
Oh.
Yeah, bad news for the number 8 of Daryl Hahn and the number 33 again of Austin Brooks. And you see, just bumper got a little bit of a bad bump, went down. Everybody had to check up, and then a secondary bad bump, and around they went. Nowhere to go for the number 33 and the number 8, unfortunately. Though the 8 looks like he didn't hit him too hard.
It looks like just a case of pushing the pusher caused the guy's car to get a little bit upset there, causing that that spin. Go back and take a look one more time here. See Short get up, push Minazzi Major there, who's just behind Han and, or so sorry, Porter there. But that little bit of a checkup
much.
causing issues for the trailing cars just behind. And it does look like the 33 of Austin Brooks has a meatball, so we saw him heavy impact there with Short. So fortunately for him, he's gonna have quite a bit of repairs to get done here.
Yeah, definitely not the events that they want unfolding in front of them. You know, sometimes you're just in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's not much you can do about it. You just kind of got to take the punches as they come. But man, exciting to watch. I'll tell you that. It's enjoyable to watch these guys, because you know it might not seem like much. You know, they're going 196 miles an hour in a game, yeah. But like when you're focused, when you're so into what you're doing, like your heart rate rises, your hands start sweating. it's a fun time out there as the cars start heading down to pit road to get definitely full fuel. But what do you think strategy here with the way that Dega works out on tires? You think these guys are going to be jacking it up?
Yeah, I think we'll see some tire changes here. Maybe just 2 for some. But obviously there, it's just the car we have been watching, Garrett Lowe, fuel only for him. So expect to see some others following suit here as we try to find a camera that will show pit lane exit.
The number 21 of Holden McGill, he took tires. The 13 of Aiden, he decided that tires was worthwhile. 38's probably down there still getting some damage repaired. Ray Gill on the number 66, haven't really talked about him much today, but he's hanging down there in pit road at this time.
Yeah, it looks like he does have a bit of damage there on that front splitter, front bumper area.
Yeah, it looks like he's just been part of the the chaos, whether he wants to or not. Oh wow!
Yeah, heavy.
And there's Hogan.
Oh,
there goes. Look
nice.
At that. Man, magicians.
That was
man.
satisfying.
I wonder if that's I wonder if that's against the rule book, hiring magicians for your crew. McGill finally out. Might have had some damage he wanted taken care of as well. Garrett Lowe in the lead after our pit cycle. Bacon Zelenka. I just saw that name. That is a winning name if I've ever heard one. That's awesome. I know we're not supposed to have favorites in the booth, but I want him to win specifically for that now. I'm very easily entertained if anyone can't tell. That's awesome. Vincent Bacati sitting in third. I'm sure he's excited to get this green flag underway, see if he can stay in front of the mayhem. Colby DiCarlo hanging on tight after being involved in an earlier mess. He's sitting in fourth. Number 57, I know someone out there is going to be very happy to hear this. Number 57 of Joe Stafford, he's sitting in fifth. Relatively clean car too, it looks like. It looks like he's been able to kind of stay out of most of the drama and the mayhem around him. And our recent interviewee, where is he?
He is sitting P10.
There he is, yep. Yeah, so he's not doing too bad. He got shuffled back to like 17th, 18th when he had to get down to the inside line to avoid a big wreck. So his pit stop seemed to go pretty well, gained him a couple positions, or got him into a decent position to be able to make a run to the front as long as all the cars kind of behave.
I keep seeing Cody Porter go into the grass. Don't know. Don't know
you know,
why.
so I learned recently that it's apparently to cool your tires down a little bit. Now, whether or not that actually works, I don't know. But I think it's kind of a quirky little thing that some iRacers have been picking up lately, and I think it's comical to watch, honestly. It catches your eye, gets you some screen time, that's for sure. As he's now warming them back up. Getting all that grass off the slicks. Yeah.
But pace car lights are off. We'll be back to green flag racing here at this time by. Currently have our Coke qualifier Garrett Lowe out front, just to his outside Bacon Zelenka. And we'll go do a quick crank it up here off the restart before we lose more drivers. So
yeah, let's listen as many of them go as we can.
Yeah, let's get one in now. But field getting formed up. Pace car about to take that left-hand turn down towards pit lane. Waiting on Garrett Lowe to get us restarted here. Green flag back in the air on lap 41. We'll go to a quick crank it up and be back in just a second. right, coming out of the crank it up here. A lot of action up front as Zelenka is now our race leader. Inside lane seems to be formed up pretty well, but so does the outside lane here, as we have a lot of fast drivers. Minazzi Major, Tyler Justice, Colby Carlo here doing their best to push Garrett Lowe, the leader of the outside lane, to the lead here.
Yeah, during that crank it up, I had to go catch a helicopter ride up to the blimp to take a look at all that crazy action that was going on. We got a good shot of a really hard bump from the behind when he was shot down from the outside to the inside. Like, these guys are not calming down as we get to 29 to go in stage 1. They're ready to make things work as the number 8999 of Garrett Lowe is now getting passed by the number 17 of Colby DiCarlo. They had a little breakaway going for a good moment there.
Yeah, we see Minazzi Major, Tyler Justice, and DiCarlo formed up on that bottom lane. Showing some real speed down there. Outside lane doing its best to stay formed up. Minazzi Major is going to grab the momentum, ride the wave here, being initiated by the 99 of Garrett Lowe. You can test for the lead as they approach 1 and 2.
Yeah, and that was a good reaction by Casey Tucker in the number 28. He saw that move by the number 82, and he backed up a little bit off the bumper of the 99 to allow them to get connected. That way it wasn't a push-for-pusher type situation. But, you know, watching these guys, you know, they're proving what I had said earlier about, you know, and it doesn't necessarily mean, or having more cars doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be the fastest. It's going to be about organization. Because for a while there, it was just 2 cars really holding their own on that outside. As the number 28 gets shuffled out to the outside, he's going to lose a couple positions. As the number 21 gets a little bit squirrely off the nose of the number 63, but everybody's able to keep it all steady there. That's all. Ooh. 63 is right on the right side of the back bumper. The 21, I was for sure we were going to see a caution there. As they're now all trying to organize back on the inside line. That way they can get the position from the number 82 and Garrett Lowe there in the middle lane. As you can see, they were just falling back.
Yeah, we saw Villa kind of poking and prodding there behind the 21. Decided to get behind him. Smart move by the 63. Seemed like it was about to be a disaster, but now they are working together here, leading this field through 3 and 4.
Yeah, as the first 3 cars kind of get spread out a little bit to let those grills breathe, that inside line is going to build up a lot of momentum and close in that gap. It's going to be up to the drivers on how they react to it, because, you know, that's how you create the accordion. One car comes in real hot, they have to check up. As you're right on board, and the number 12 of James Morvant sitting there in 3rd place. Just right on the bumper, the number 63 of Johnny Avila.
Yeah, pretty lackluster stats for the 12 car, James Morvant. 21 average finish position, so riding P3 now. Just the nature of super speedways really can lend to some unfamiliar names being up towards the front here. But we'll see how he's able to work with Avila and McGill.
Yeah, if you peek up center top of that mirror there, that car on the outside is number 04, Cody Porter. He decided to try to make things work by himself on the outside. Got a little bit of a shove from the Garrett Lowe and almost lost it there, but they were able to get it. Now the outside line is Johnny Avila's now in the middle line by himself. He's going to quickly fall back as Morvant's now on the bumper of the number 21 of Holden McGill. Holding on strong, that's for sure, up there. The number 45 trying to stay on the inside for now. We'll see if he makes a move to the outside to try to generate more run. As the 6304 and Garrett Lowe work together on the outside, they're building up a pretty good run there. Makes me wonder what we're going to see from the 63. Is he going to wait for them to clear, or is he just going to take it the moment he can? 63 now in the lead. All 3 of them are clear. Garrett Lowe takes it to the inside, wants to try to make a run.
Oh,
Cody Porter
there
on the inside of the 63, yeah. Oh,
63 completely left out to dry there.
Yep. No loyalty.
I was going to say, Avila jumped out of line, you know, saw a lot of fast guys working the outside lane, hoping he could hop on that wave. But, I mean, they dropped him off there after using him up to work their way forward. Now Porter and Lowe leading on the inside lane.
Ooh, big shove from the 28 to that middle line there. The 04, Cody Porter now jumps up there, wants to try to make a run on the outside, see what they can do with that. You know, as long as there's cars behind you, you can kind of make moves. You'll lose a little bit of real estate, but you know, as soon as everybody gets linked up, that air is... Garrett Lowe moves up to block the bump. Oh, got him a little bit sideways, but good job keeping it under control as the 63 is not laying off the bumper of Porter there. Porter to the inside. Garrett Lowe stuck to the outside now. Avila says no worries, man. Yep, right on him. And now he's to the inside. He wants to lead a lap. Oh, but that gap between him and Porter is not going to help. He moves up to side draft, makes a little bit of contact. Ooh, Minazzi Major gets a little bit squirrely up there, but he saves it. Outside line's going to build up momentum. Lowe comes back down to cut the nose off of Avila. And says, "How dare you, sir?" We ride along board with number 77 of Tyler Justice on the bumper of the 82 of Minazzi. These guys are really wanting to make moves out here. As you see, he's still on that bumper. They're not building that momentum. It's not really working for them just yet. They need the cars behind them to really get organized. They need to come down, start taking the side draft away from the cars on the inside, and then you'll start seeing them move up as they do that now. 63 gets a little bit of a bump up front, kind of sticks his nose up to the outside. Don't think that was intentional, though. I do not think that was a pass attempt. Ooh, 63 gets off the throttle and just eats the nose of the 04, but no harm, no foul. Ooh, 63 moving outside. Porter with him. Ducati gonna stay with the momentum.
Yeah, I was gonna say Garrett had absolutely no help there. There was a big checkup on the exit of 4, it seemed like, but Johnny Avila, Cody Porter able to squeak away there, but now Lowe trying to get that bottom lane reorganized, and he's gonna have a big run here off of 2, able to clear through the outside of Porter and working on Avila. Avila throws a block as now Lowe goes to the inside, around the inside of Avila. And he's gonna be able to clear him there, almost getting the hook there.
What a move! This is
exhilarating. For every netcode incident I've seen in iRacing, I mean, I'm shocked that wasn't one of them.
Oh man, I'm clinching. I'm telling you right now, 20 to go in stage 1. These guys are making some serious moves trying to get into position. And yeah, I agree with the netcoding. It's 12's on the right side of the back bumper of Garrett Lowe. No harm, no foul so far. But that is how you get hooked or turn to the inside line. It's a bad bump like that. So good job on everybody so far for knowing how much to lay into somebody's bumper. As they're trying to make a 3-car breakaway. 63 of Johnny Avila, the 89.99 of Garrett Lowe, and the 12 of James Morvant. They're really making a good run with that breakaway. But again, though, I mean, it's not necessarily what you want to do at a super speedway. You know, once these guys get reconnected, they're going to become more organized and build more speed, and that's how you see cautions. They're going to come flying in at a 10-mile-an-hour difference, and they're not going to have anywhere to go except for now.
Oh, cars around on the front stretch.
Oh no,
big wreck there. 45 rolling backwards, coming to a rest on the apron, but mid-pack had absolute devastation there, crossing the start finish. And we are back under caution here with 19 laps to go into stage 1. Go back and take a look, see what happened.
Bacon.
Oh,
yeah, it's just a bad push, and the 77 gets in the back of the 47 of Bacardi, kind of turns him down the hill, and looks like the only ones involved are the 45 and the number 77 of Justice. So not a big one here.
Man, yep. 45 car there, a Bacon Zelenka, just wrong place, wrong time. He barely got hooked, but just enough to get him turned around. But after that initial contact, don't think he had any other impacts, so should be okay. Just needs to get some fresh tires.
Yeah, 47 might have a little bit of nose damage as the 45 came up. They made some decent contact, but yeah, overall not too bad for everybody. Hopefully they'll be able to go down to pit road and get that fixed up, get new tires full of fuel, and yeah, that's unfortunate. Just pushing the pusher.
Yep, we'll ride here with the. Wanted to see Casey Tucker's POV. Able to get checked up after seeing some cars going left and right. Yeah, great job there by Tucker, able to back it down enough to not take damage there, hitting the back of I believe that's Vincent Crow.
Yeah, that was a very good effort on his part, backing down, making sure he doesn't make it any worse for him than what it could have been. That's gonna, let's see here. That's gonna put him up to 9th right now. So he's kind of hanging tight in the top 10. Wonder if he's trying to buy his time and not get into too many incidences like that. As everybody makes their way down to pit road, gonna top it up, get some tires possibly, maybe repair some of that damage that some of these drivers have, and get right back out there. Looks like every single driver out on the track right now decided to come down to pit road. That pit road is busy.
I believe every driver off on pit, but looks like Garrett Lowe gonna win the battle off pit lane there. Not sure, did he take two or just fuel? We'll back it up here to see. Yeah, just fuel for the 99. I think we saw him do that last stop too, so a lot of guys up front deferring, getting fresh tires. Obviously, some of the guys involved with the wreck there, probably best for them to take new tires after potentially damaging them on those slides. But currently now, Garrett Lowe, Johnny Avila, and James Morvan are top 3. And someone happy about that caution, Boyd Hogan in the 96. Still a lot of heavy damage to that nose there. But these sort of cautions definitely advantageous to him getting that damage repaired and getting back involved with this race here.
Yeah, it's definitely a benefit for some of these guys having these cautions come out. I'm sure a couple of them don't want to see it, and a couple of them want to see it more. But, it kind of gives them the opportunity at a 2.66 mile, track, gives them about a minute or so to do quite a bit of work to it. But that number 96 is real damage, though, if he's sitting there for that long. I'm sure he's got a good couple minutes of repairs he's still got to work his way through.
If you're still sticking around, again, thank you guys so much for tuning in this evening. Be sure to hit the follow button as you'll know when I go live. But for the most part, every Wednesday, 7:45 Eastern, and we kick off the race right around 8 p.m. Eastern. Then quick shameless plug. If you have an Amazon Prime account, you can link your Twitch account and do a Twitch Prime every month. While not required, greatly appreciated.
Yeah, You know, if you're looking to have an entertaining Wednesday evening, this is definitely the place to be. Even when I can't make it to the booth, or if I'm out there in the track, I got it pulled up because I already know if I have a caution, I can reach down there and turn my volume up a little bit and kind of get some entertainment while I cruise around the track. So you're definitely in the right place, right time. I'll tell you what. I expect 2 Prime subscriptions for that professional level plug right there. Let's see you guys now. But no, we appreciate you guys being here. The cars are doubled up. They're coming around, getting ready to let that pace car make its way down to pit road. Low, ready to take that green flag in the lead with the Bill on the outside. I'm telling you what, this is anybody's race. This is definitely anybody's race, even with a little bit of damage or a lot of damage. If you play your cards just right, you're probably going to wreck coming to the checkered flag. If you're in the right spot, the right time, you can just make it a nice, smooth run past them. So here we go. Pace car jumping off. Gears are being set. Fists clenched. Let's get ready to rock and roll.
Yeah, that's Gilo rolling to the restart zone here. We'll get us restarted, and he goes right away. Gets a good jump there on the 63, who's just to his outside. James Morvant trying to follow him and claim that second position over Johnny Avila.
Yeah, and you know, while they get up to speed, you know, that's not kind of the start that you want for the ideal situation there, because he definitely left a lot of space between him and the 12, allowed the 63 and the 21 and now the 13 and the 00 to link up, build that momentum. You know, if the 12 and then and Garrett Lowe were able to kind of jump together, you know, they would have had a bigger lead, which again, we talked about, that's not necessarily the ideal solution either. So I'm sure Lowe's writing a lot of this down going, how can I apply this to the Coke series? Because, you know, this might not be, you know, the Coca-Cola NASCAR iRacing sponsored, you know, ride or run. These guys are some skilled drivers. Every single one of these guys can hold their own anywhere you put them. So, you know, it's going to be a lot of notes in that notebook to help them out getting ready for the Coke series. For the most part, everything seems to be kind of organized as we get down to 14 to go.
But Benazzi Major flaring out there. And Garrett Lowe going up to block that run there on the outside.
Yeah, things are going to start getting spicy here as everyone builds up to the full speed ahead type of vibe. I bet you if it doesn't start now, it's going to, caution's out.
Yeah, caution back out here on lap 60. Not seeing what the issue is, though. I do see a slow car pretty far behind Tyler Justice there. See what happened.
Yeah, it looks like Tyler Justice was involved in that.
Rolling slow there through 3 and 4.
Yeah, it happened on the back stretch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, DeCarlo just got into his right rear, and that was enough to send him around and impact that inside wall. Looks like he just kind of grazed it. Maybe he's fine.
Yeah, it doesn't look like it's too bad, but that was definitely a harder hit than you would want. I mean, at the point of impact, he was going 134 miles an hour. Jumped down to 112, so it was definitely a significant hit. But we talked about this a few races ago. These cars are some pretty hard bodies, you know, they're pretty, I think they're composite or something like that. They can take a beating. So as long as you don't hit a suspension component, you're going to be fine. And with that being such an even flush hit, I don't think we're going to be seeing him suffer too much from that. Maybe come down, get 4 tires, top it up on fuel, and get ready for the remaining laps of stage 1.
Yep, and that was a pro level move there to just let the car roll slow through 3 and 4 to bring out the caution.
You know, you do what you got to do. You're racing for money here, you know. And there's Porter mowing the yard
in the grass.
He must have called up. He must have called up Cleat after that truck race and said, "Cleat, how do you recommend to get the best cut to your lawn?" And, no, he lost it. Oh, what a save! What a move! That's hysterical. We caught it live, folks. He's not gonna live that down.
You got I think he got a little nervous there with the camera on him.
Yeah. Stage fright's a hell of a thing. Oh, wild. Wild. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes you gotta weigh risk versus reward, and I mean, he came out of it okay there, but he was headed straight for that wall.
And it looks like we did have quite a few cars go down pit lane. And man, so we aren't halfway done with this race.
Oh no. Oh no, I should clear my schedule.
Oh jeez.
Honestly, like, don't get me wrong, these are some good guys, they're talented, but Dega being Dega right now. And when I realized that it was at Dega, I almost said, sorry Wolf, I'm gonna go get my number 06 machine out of the hauler and I'm gonna run it. And like I said earlier, you know, I'm pretty conditioned to yellow flag, you know, conditions, but if I wasn't up here in the booth with you to talk to and to see the beautiful chat over there in my other monitor, I think I'd be taking a nap.
Yeah, and I mean, like, look, we're seeing great racing, but I think that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's our 6th caution there. So averaging right around 10 laps per caution.
On the bright side, stage brakes are not yellow. We do not throw a yellow for stage brakes here at 5-star. So the good news is, folks, we should get at least 2 laps. If the trend and the statistics show, we should get at least 2 extra laps of green flag before the yellow comes out.
And look at that. I mean, Boyd Hogan looks like most of that race car has been fixed here. So
oh yeah, look at that.
And same with Xander Short.
On the left front. Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, the crew jumped on that left front fender right before Boyd left, and they said, good enough, man, let's go winner. You know, Hogan still lead lap, Short lead lap. Yeah, these guys, they're benefiting. They are benefiting from these conditions, that's for sure. Pace lights off, cars doubling up. Quite a bit of ways before they get to the restart zone, but I'm sure they are counting the miles.
Who's in that bright Hunter Waters? Okay. Yeah, I was wondering who was in this bright 7 car. Haven't called his name tonight yet, but trying to remember if this is his first race actually. I don't remember him in previous races, but glad to have you out tonight, Mr. Waters. Hopefully you're still having a good time after these cautions, but seems like the car's in good shape. We'll keep an eye. I mean, easily spottable there in that bright green car. The pace car lights are off. We will be back to green racing here, as Johnny Villa is our current leader, with Joe Stafford in the 57 starting to his outside.
And pace car makes that dive to the pit lane. Number 63, Johnny Avila, holding tight on the wheel, hopefully in the optimal gear, rolling up into the restart zone here at Talladega, baby. Green flag's in the air. He takes off. Pretty good jump by him in the number 17, able to stay nice and close. Gonna help them out with building that momentum on the inside, but the number 57 of Joe Stafford, he's not ready to kind of sign off just yet. He's he's got the number 82 of Minotzi Major, another strong driver who seems to be getting a lot of the short end of the sticks here every week, but he's doing a good job holding on strong. And number 21 doesn't want to try to make that outside line work just yet. He dips to the inside. 13 says, I'll help you guys out. 4 cars on. Whoa, trouble, trouble. Yellow flag is out here again. Number 45, once again, a Bacon Zelenka. He unfortunately was a victim of a bump as we're spooling up the replay for you. Looks like a couple cars involved in this one. Oh, hard hit, as you can see there, for a couple cars. Looks like 45 just comes down, gets the door, passenger side door, the number 66, spins her around. Everyone, for the most part, does a good job avoiding, unfortunately, as we take another look here.
Did we see Crow jump ahead of the 45 here? And great momentum to the back of Minotzi Major, kind of stalls that outside lane, causing that accordion effect. And Han actually caught between the 77 and the 45 there of Zelenka, but Zelenka getting bent all out of shape, getting sideways, and almost everybody able to get around okay, but then looks like, who was that caught him there? Oh,
the number 18 of Tyler Seville, he was getting pushed by Garrett Lowe. Unfortunately, just no time to brake, and even collected the number 70 or the number 7 a little bit. It was on his right side, not too bad. Yeah, so magnificent damage there, as we saw. That's it's a beautiful sight for me because I love destruction, but not for him because he needs it. He needs his car clean and in the original shape as much as possible.
Yeah, you see him dragging there. Actually looks like he was given a meatball flag, so have some required repairs for the 18 car.
You know, at the rate though, it's 9 to go for stage 1, 141 laps in total. I think he might be able to get it fixed. At this rate, I think he's good.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. And there are only 8 laps left in this first stage here, so expect some more heavy racing here as we take the green again and race to the end of this first stage.
I think 63 is looking for a Porta-John down there. Number 12 as well.
And this just shows the pressure these drivers are under, where they can't even recognize what the racing surface is anymore.
Well, I think they might have fell asleep. Might want to dial them up and blow an air horn in their ear, make sure they're alert and ready. Because yeah, I was wild. They were either looking for a Porta-John, bored, or just lost.
We'll pull a Villa in real quick.
Oh, there he goes, looking for another one.
Mr. Villa, in your booth, you got us?
I hear you, bud.
Hey, so David was saying potentially falling asleep on the backstretch there as you approach the inside wall. What's the spirits like? Obviously, 7th caution now, and we are just approaching halfway. How are things going down there?
To be honest, I'm getting bored.
Yeah, we can see that.
I'm just waving to all the fans in their RVs, having a good time.
Yeah, yeah, I hear you, man. Well, don't know what the messaging is, but yeah, hopefully we can get some green flags laps under our belt here and finish out this first stage. But
Yeah, like a lot of times the racing's been good. Like we've been able to go 3 wide, 4 wide, dice it up. It just every once in a while there's a small mistake, which is fine. I've made a couple mistakes this race myself. Just it happens sometimes. It's part of Dega.
yeah, absolutely, man. Well, with that, we'll get you back to your channel and good luck for the rest of the evening.
Thanks, guys.
That was Johnny Avila, driver of the 63 car, getting a little bit bored, but up in the lead for now. So at least he's bored while being in the lead.
Yeah, if you're going to be bored, the best place to be is, like you said, right up there in the front row, starting out the restart here. Yeah, and, it's not like, what he's trying to say is that, the race itself is boring. It's just, you're going 196, 198 miles an hour with a car attached to your bumpers and one sitting on your inside or outside. Then you get multiple cautions like this. You're basically back to cruising on the highway. So it turns into almost like a cross-country drive for you.
Yep.
So they're trying to find ways to keep themselves entertained while they're waiting on the pace car to make its way down to pit road, which lights are off, cars are doubled up. They're ready to rock and roll, as you heard from Avila. Pace car makes the hard turn to pit road. Go right on ahead.
Just going to say, yeah, pace car is off, rolling to the restart zone here, and we'll get back underway. Be 6 laps to go here for this first stage once we take the green. Green flag back in the air here at Dega, and Avila being pushed by James Morvant there on the inside lane. Off to a good start, though. The outside lane seems a little bit more formed up than the inside here. We'll see if they can gather momentum and contest for that lead down the backstretch. Now you have Morvant and Avila jumping to the high side, recognizing the momentum and organization there of the outside lane. Going to use that. We'll see if they fan out to create a third lane here, but for now, this middle lane working hard. Now we have DiCarlo and 36 of Clark Jr. here dropping back down to the inside, followed by Avila now too. So Avila having to make some moves here early in this restart to maintain the lead, but so far so good for the 63.
Ooh, that was close. 17 went to move to the outside of the number 63. 63 went up to block it. And they made contact, got a little bit of sideways, but they were able to keep it under control. As now DiCarlo taking the lead with number 12 of James Morvant sitting right there pretty in second place in that middle lane. That was a beautiful restart, by the way. The way the number 63 and the 12 started just right up against each other, that's how you want to start it, and that's how they were able to get up to the middle lane to kind of keep them from doing exactly this as we watch it happen. 17 moves to the outside line, trying to pick up the outside. I had to hold my breath for a second. I wasn't sure how that was going to turn out. Number 47 of Bacardi had to back up a little bit off the number 28 of Casey Tucker. He's back up there. He's looking pretty good.
Yep, even rows here heading down the front stretch. Holden McGill there doing well to lead that inside lane. DiCarlo now working both lanes here to ensure that he can maintain his lead with just 4 laps to go here in this first stage. But someone who's been doing a lot of pushing tonight, not much leading, James Morvant there now ahead in the first position, being pushed by Tucker. Casey Tucker there in the 28.
Yeah, we're kind of having a little bit of technical difficulty with the number 47 of Bacardi. That's not what the outside lane needs right now, because anytime that happens, you lose that simulation for the air, and it kind of slows them down, and the cars behind them have to give them room. But it looks like everything's coming back to normal for them, as the number 8 of Daryl Hahn looks to get back under the bumper of Bacardi, as Casey Tucker and James Morvant taking the side draft off the 17 and the 21. Almost as close as you can get without causing a crash, as the 12 now shoots to the inside. He wants to have his moment down there as the leader. Number 28 out there trying to make it work, but the number 47 continuing to have some technical difficulties. That's going to slow the line up a little bit. As the third lane's coming up in the back, as you can see here now, led by the number 72 of, I believe that's going to be Beg. Yeah, of Beg and Boyd. Boyd Hogan's ready to get some stage points here as he's sitting pretty up against the back end of that major 72.
Yep, outside lane starting to cook now as we enter the front stretch here. Caleb Begg doing well to allow Hogan to push him here down the outside. They are about even now to the start finish. Morvant might be thinking about jumping to the outside to catch that, but still sticks with the 17 here in the center. Inside lane starting to fade just a bit now. 2 laps to go here in this first stage.
Yeah, but as long as that inside line stays organized, they're going to be back before we get that checkered flag for the stages. Oh, 0-4. Porter gets in the back of Justice and one of them into the wall a little bit. But
Hogan going to the inside now and dropping off Begg here. He's trying to regain the race lead, and he does as the Carlo gets loose into Begg there.
Wait,
and they saved it for a second. That's another big one there coming to the end of stage 1.
That was going to be good too.
But Boyd Hogan winning stage 1 after the caution coming out within the 4-lap window. We'll go back and take a look at that caution there.
There's just so much carnage. I'm gonna leave this one to you.
Yeah, we'll see how it got started here. I mean, we did see cars kind of go down to the apron. It seemed like they were gonna save it. We'll back it up even more here, as looks like Justice was trying to follow and slide down into that bottom lane here, and it looks like he just glances off the front end of DeCarlo enough to get the 77 squirrely into the left rear of Begg there. Both of those cars go down to the apron, and guys behind already starting to check up. And it kind of just balled up from there.
Yeah, if you have a moment, I would recommend taking a look at the number 28 of Casey Tucker. He did a really good job at keeping it clean. Unfortunately for him, though, the number 17's brakes went out and just cleared his clock, hit right on that left front tire. So might be some big trouble for the number 28 machine. You can see just, wow.
Yeah.
I wonder how big that smile is.
I thought he was gonna be able to get it pointed straight again after doing the 360, but after going on to that flat surface there, just
Heartbreaking.
yeah.
I'm an advocate, I could say, about holding your brakes when you get in a crash. No matter what your car is doing, no matter where you're going, you should be holding your brakes if you're out of control like that. Doesn't look like the number 17 had any brakes to hold on to, but yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oof.
Yeah, it's mayhem. You thought you were good, and then all of a sudden you weren't. Yeah, he just slides down, gets to the inside wall, and just rolls her back, and bam! Hard hit into the number 28. Luckily, though, I'm looking at my binoculars as the number 28 is down there on pit road getting that machine fixed. Doesn't look like it's too terrible. Decent amount of body damage, but wheels look straight, and that's kind of the most important. As long as your wheels go where you want it to go, you can compensate for the aerodynamic damage. Yeah, you can see the Magician's down there pulling that fender out, getting her back and ready. And with the amount of cautions, you know, I think he might still have a chance.
Yeah, absolutely. Especially just with some minor damage there. We've seen some guys get meatballs and they're back to racing now. So, I mean, we just passed the halfway point. So a lot of laps left to be driven. But with that, again, stage 1 in the books, and we'll get ready to get stage 2 underway here.
Yeah, and you know, throughout all that mayhem, Boyd Hogan, then number 96, after having a rough start to this race. He's currently sitting in P1 with the number 38 of Xander Short, who also was getting repairs down on pit road alongside Hogan. So it just kind of shows, you know, with as many cautions as we've been getting, you know, we're doing good. As Might Be Ghost pops into a chat saying, I want a frickin' stage, woo! Congratulations, well earned after the first 70-something laps. I lost count, honestly. I forgot we were even racing. I thought we were just pacing. Guys are definitely putting on one hell of a show when we get those green flags, though. This is it's like an emotional roller coaster, if you will. You know, one moment we're all on the high, we're all excited, they're 3-4 wide, making moves like they've been doing this since they were born, and then you realize that they're human and errors happen, and then now we're back to highway driving.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I mean, like that situation there, just 77 was just inches, I mean, like an inch away from being clear of DiCarlo there. But seemed like they had it saved too, but just too much gone wrong, and eventually it just kind of all fell over. But pace car lights are off, and we'll be back to green racing here to start stage 2.
Yeah, you know, that was definitely a no fault to anyone specific. Yeah, that was just high speed action. You know, the racing surface is big, but it's only so big. Once you get down below that yellow line, there's not that much grip. It's a lot flatter. And yeah, everyone did a really good job at keeping everything in order, even though things were in chaos. And yeah, like I was saying, you know, it's no fault to any of these guys. They're humans. You know, they can only, you know, realistically process things so quickly, and that was just out of everybody's hands. So that's why I say it's like a roller coaster, man. They're making moves like they were born to be pros to do this, and then you realize, wait a minute, they're humans. They're doing a lot of things within a couple seconds. So it's exciting to watch this happen, especially knowing and running with these guys. You know, I know that you partake in the pack test and stuff like that, so you get to really kind of see them on their highs and their lows and their casuals. And it's so cool to watch these guys make the moves that they're making. As the pace car makes its way down to pit road, they're gonna start heading over to the restart zone with Boyd and the number 96 leading, the number 38 on the outside of Xander Short. Porter on the inside of row 2. Green flag is out. Decent jump there by everybody. Not too big of spacing between anyone. Short trying to take the air off the 96 to try to get as much momentum as he can to get around him, maybe get himself in a position to be pushed there. As you can see, the inside line, 3 cars are working together. But number 38 is not alone. He's got the number 36 of Casey Clark Jr. Another individual we really haven't talked too much about is Minotzi Major moves up to try to take the middle line, kind of shoving the number 13 out to the high side. Not really ideal for the 13, but it is going to work out for Minotzi as he's now pushing the 36 of Casey Clark, trying to make that pass for the lead.
Yep, Xander Short doing well to lead this middle lane here. Being pushed again by the 36 of Clark Jr. Trying to see who exactly is lined up where. You see on the inside, Cody Porter in those cooled tires is pushing 96 of Boyd Hogan, and Joe Stafford just behind. So inside lane, pretty formed up well here.
Yeah, we got 25 laps in this stage to go, so these guys are probably going to want to start making moves, but they want to build up that speed before they do. As the Minotzi Major jumps to the outside, gets picked up by the number 13 and the 89.99 of Garrett Lowe. Yeah, they're not no more.
Oh, yeah, they dropped off to the middle there. Outside lane had a great run there.
Yeah, that middle lane trying to form, trying to build up that speed as the number 13 goes to the outside of the 82. He's like, hey, man, I remember you coming up, so I'm gonna go up here as well. Be right on with Garrett Lowe. He's on the outside line, pushing the number 13 with the number 21 behind him. They're trying to make that high side work. Casey Tucker's back there too. He's right. He's 2 cars behind him on the outside line, trying to help this momentum grow. As the middle lane does not seem to be sticking. They are making ground out there as they got 3 cars bumper to bumper. 13 says, "All right, I'm gonna go back down to the middle." Nowhere for Lowe to go, so he's got to stay up on the outside. We'll have to see if this extra car in the middle lane is going to be what we want. As you can see, clean air in front of the 89 for now. They're really building that momentum up there. Inside line gets a little bit discombobulated, which is going to help out that very high side, as they're Low now sitting in 4th position all the way up there.
Yeah, but they're going to have a good
Looks
run
like
off the top of the track here down that hill. Heading into 3 and 4, gathering more and more momentum here. Almost even here with our leader, Boyd Hogan. About 2 car lengths back still, as have cars diving to the center now, so abandoning that top lane as we've seen a couple times before.
No loyalty, absolutely none out there here at Dega. These guys really want to just make moves and do what looks best for them in the moment. You know, you can't fault them for that at all, as the outside line now is just not at all working. Lowe, Tucker, and the number 13, they're all kind of falling back as they're trying to at least make a 3-car line work out there. As we're looking at the leader, number 96 of Hogan. He's feeling good, I'm sure.
Yeah, Hogan, after getting that damage repaired, I mean, has been steadily moving his way forward and just in complete control of this race, being pushed by Porter there. Then checking in with our buddy here, Hunter Waters there in the 7 lime green car. He's up 14 spots from the start of the race. You see him kind of just riding there, minding his P's and Q's on that inside lane. Go on board here with Mr. Waters. Yeah, doing well to stick with, I believe that's Mr. Zelenka just ahead of them. You see this inside lane really gathering momentum there through 1 and 2. As the outside lane on the exit of 2 starts to reel just a bit.
Yeah, I'm looking ahead of Waters there on the inside line. A couple cars ahead of him are kind of breaking up a little bit, getting some space between each other. So while that outside line is bumper to bumper, they're definitely going to be getting a lot more speed than the inside line. The first 3 cars staying nice and tight, creating a little bit of a gap off the, trying to see who that is, Jeremy Newell in the number 49. They gained a little bit of space between them as they now break up. The first 3 cars break up, allowing Jeremy to kind of get that air off the 57 some more and get pulled in. But they're kind of holding tight. They're kind of keeping themselves where they want to be and kind of more organized than we saw in the first stage.
Yeah, things have calmed down for now. It seems 20 laps to go in this second stage. That first stage was a bit longer than this this second stage will be, but yeah, things looking good.
Yeah, I wonder if they saw the number 96 Hogan starting out in the stage 2 in the lead, and they're like, wait a minute, wasn't he crash? Oh, we got to stop this. These guys are getting their cars fixed. A good clean race in the first 3 cars, trying to create a 3-car breakaway there. You know, looking at the cars out there, and that'd be the top 10-ish. Yeah, the top 10. A couple of them have some significant damage. If you look at the number 63, the back end of his car is still crunched up, but he's able to keep it into the air and build up that speed, and it's just working his way back up there slowly but surely. As you see him now almost getting left out there on the high side as multiple cars jump to the inside to try to use that momentum. Hogan now wants to make another run to get back up to the front. He jumps to the outside.
Yep, we saw Short and McGill there jump down ahead of the 96 Hogan, wanting to try to maintain his lead. Now trying to make this outside work with him. See if they can get tuned up here on the outside lane, back up towards the front as we see Porter now jump out of line ahead of the 96. That's going to stall this bottom lane just a bit as it gets restacked, and this outside lane now moving here down the front stretch into one.
Yeah, that middle lane is holding strong. Not quite as organized as I'm sure they'd want it to be, but it's still working as the number 96 of Hogan is on the bumper of Porter, trying to build as much of a momentum as they can. The problem is the 04 going to jump down to the inside as soon as he clears, or he's going to clear the others? Hogan now clear from the inside line, right on the bumper of Porter. Let's see. I think they're going to stick it up there and kind of try to see what magic they can make work up there. Maybe they've identified that that's a place to be for now.
It looks like Porter and Hogan electing to drop down ahead of the 36 of Casey Clark Jr. So Porter and Hogan working well together there, really were able to push out and get away from the main pack and freely move down there. So dangerous duo here up front, as now we have Avila leading the outside lane. Hogan jumping into the outside lane ahead of Avila there. You mentioned Avila does have some damage, but seems to be still running well there, being pushed by the 12 car of James Morban.
Yeah, Hogan wanted to take the lead back, so he saw the momentum that the middle line had, jumped up there and used that momentum transfer and got right back into the front of the 04. But I'm almost wondering, with as well as those two cars are working, I almost wonder if that was a planned execution. If it wasn't necessarily a pass to get by, you know, to lead the race, but rather to cool off the engine of the number 96, as he was really tucked into the back of the 04 for a while. As the 63 leading that outside line, or middle line rather, doesn't look like it's working for him as we look back at Porter getting another bump. Yeah, they're single file for the first 4 cars, because Major wants to come to the outside of the number 57 of Stafford. Can't quite make the air work, so he tucks his way back in, and they're now single file. But if you look, here comes the middle line. The number 21 now leading it, with the 63 pushing, the 12 and the 47. These guys might be able to make something work as the inside line gets kind of a little bit out of sorts, and now the 38 up there on the outside line. These guys just moving anywhere to try to figure out what's going to work for them as we come to 14 to go, coming to 13 to go in stage 2.
Yep, and with the green flag run here, I mean, by the time we get to the end of stage 2, it will be just about time to start thinking about your strategy to green flag pit heading into the third and final stage. Obviously, if we stay green. But just something to think about here, how we haven't seen green flag stops yet, so a little bit of a wrinkle here heading into the latter half of this race, as now Xander Short doing well to lead that outside lane, being pushed by the 21 of Holden McGill.
And you know, kind of makes you wonder, you know, how does this change your strategy? Because you're starting to get used to, you know, every 10 or so laps you get a caution, run down there and get some fuel. Now that they had a pretty good green flag run, I'm sure a lot of these drivers are wondering, okay, it's going to stay like this? You know, when does stage 2 end? When am I going to have to pit? And, you know, how is this final stage going to play out? So I'm sure a lot of these guys are doing a lot of thinking at over 190 miles an hour. Whoa, a little bit of a wiggle on that inside line coming through the tri-oval there. Everybody did a good job at not creating a big wreck through that. Looks like they're going to try to get reestablished as quick as they can. Number 63 still holding on strong up there on the high side. He's currently sitting third, about to be fourth.
Yep, despite the damage there to the 63 car, still able to hang tough. Obviously utilizing the draft of the cars around him, but still being a good competitor, contributor to these to this outside lane. Now as you see Boyd Hogan jump to that outside lane.
Yeah, the outside lane that isn't really organized here, so that's not really helping them as they just now get reestablished in a 4-car train bumper to bumper. Inside line is answering though. They're getting reestablished down there and trying to continue holding on strong there. I'm sure the 38's not wanting this.
I was thinking about what you said. I was thinking about what you said about the strategy, trying to key in the strategy here, driving around the super speedway. I will say I would, it can be tough at super speedway to get your pit dialed in as far as like adjustments, tires, fuel. Oh, as we have a condensed kind of like compression there on the inside lane, almost had a similar incident there that we had earlier, but still rolling strong here with coming to the line, 10 laps to go. I was just gonna say, like, trying to put your adjustments in while you're at Bristol is, to me, is impossible. Like, I would rather have the space at that we have here at Talladega. But I think I kind of think like the nice medium is like the 1.5 mile tracks where things are spread out. You kind of have all day to think about what you want to do with the car.
Yeah, you know, it's definitely a difficult thing to figure out your strategy because everything changes from lap to lap. You know, like right now we've been green for quite a while as we got 10 coming at 9 to go for stage 2. You know, it doesn't mean it's going to be like that. Next lap might be the caution that breeds more caution. So 63 goes to the outside of the 96 trying to take over the lead in that machine. That's pretty impressive, knowing how to use that air and when to use it. As you can see, he now takes over the lead at the line. Avila now going to lead a lap or another lap here with a pretty mangled up back end there as he looks to the inside. I wouldn't have done that. That's a lot of space between you and Hogan. You're going to lose a lot of ground, and we've seen how much these guys like to move around the track. So I'm surprised he hasn't already been cut off and someone's in front of him. But
I wasn't shocked. Yeah, Avila pulled out a line there. Again, we see the damage on his car. I thought he would have been fine just riding in second there until he gets some more of that damage fixed. But yeah, sliding out a line ahead of Hogan there. Now he's already dropped back to P8. So
yeah,
I'm
while
sure
we were talking, while we were talking, the 47 and 12 went to make a major move to move down to the inside. Both of them were doing back and forth. We are 3 wide for second. Number 7's entered the chat there.
Yep, Hunter Waters now working this middle lane with Hunter McGill, or Holden McGill, sorry.
Hogan deciding to take the middle. 04 Porter comes back down. They connect. They're trying to get past the number 12 who moves up. Oh, buddy. Oh, whoa, 21 gets a little bit sideways behind them, but everything's good. Don't you worry. Everybody's collected in the middle line. They're trying to make a freight train out of there. As you see the inside line trying to get organized to kill that space there. As you, whoa.
Oh, man. Morvant was just tracking the front of the 4-car Porter there, and then slides back ahead to catch the wave of the 96. And now Waters is in almost third position here as he's trying to get back to the rear bumper here of Boyd Hogan with Johnny Avila just behind him.
Yeah, that far side trying to make it work. It's not quite working. You see everybody making moves. Avila back to the inside, Morvant to the inside. They're trying to close that gap with each other as quick as they can, that way they can start pushing that to catch up to that 2-car breakaway there. As you can see now, the 45-38 closes that breakaway. 96 goes down to get in front of the number 12 as they have the better momentum. Number 7 now has the opportunity to get to the lead though. Once that outside or middle line rather starts to build that momentum, he's going to be able to make a move unless he gets his nose chopped off. Wow, that middle line died.
Yep.
Rip.
Yeah, I mean, Waters was leading that middle lane. Definitely lost momentum after Hogan dropped to the inside.
That's all right. They're making their own middle lane.
Yep, we had some guys jump up to the middle now after that happened there. It seems like the 7 car definitely is good in the draft, but might not be the best car for leading. He'll try to store that away here as we have 5 to go now in stage 2.
Yeah, I'm watching the number 63 of Avila because I'm curious about that rear end damage. It seems like once he kind of gets out of the draft, he definitely feels it. No, not really anyone can get even on his bumper. Kind of makes him a little squirrely when it happens, but he's still trying to make his way back up there. As you can see, first 4 cars trying to make a breakaway, single file, bumper to bumper. These guys are wanting to get as far away from that pack back there that they can. So when they come around for that green-white checkered flag, yeah,
yep.
That's what we'll call it. They can make moves and try to get the stage win. Didn't quite work for them as the number 63 and the number 12 are now back up to the top 4 cars. They're getting ready to get into position to try to make some moves here. 4 to go, coming around to 3 to go for stage 2. You know, points matter. This is a championship league, so they're wanting to try to maximize the best they can. As you can see, the number 63 with the number 12, James Morvant, trying to make that middle line work, but the number 49 is that? Yeah, number 49 of Jeremy Newell says, no, guys, I don't want to be up there just yet. 38 goes to the outside, 21 goes to the outside, 63 and the 12 are going to drop back now as you see them in the middle of your screen. I had to hold my breath for a minute. I saw them going below that yellow line. I thought this was going to be our caution.
I was taking a quick look there. It looks like Short still has some damage to that front splitter there, so him leading that outside lane seems to have stalled it out quite a bit. But inside lane showing its dominance here with 3 laps to go. Obviously, we'll see some moves come into the end of stage 2 as we get the green-white checkered. And again, we're staying green. No stage cautions here at 5-star. And I mentioned earlier, by the time stage 2 is done, it will be time to start thinking about green flag stops. So as we approach on a lap car there, Colby DiCarlo with heavy damage to that car. But coming to the line, 2 to go here in the second stage.
I think this is where things are going to start picking up. This top 3, if they're not content with the way they're running, we're going to see a lot of big moves here, especially if that middle line can build up momentum by then. But I mean, it's a big track, 2 to go. I think they could, and when they do, you're going to see some cars make some moves up to try and get that that bump from them. As they're now slowly but surely in that middle line entering the chat here. Coming to 1 to go to end the stage. Number 38, number 21 trying to make that outside line work, as you can see there. Porter on the bumper of Hogan trying to get that momentum built back up. Now this is pretty much anybody's stage win here. Anyone can make a move at the right time and, you know, make it happen, especially with the way the tri-oval is set up. The start finish line isn't until the other side of it, so you got a lot more real estate than you would at like Daytona or even Pocono or anything like that. You know, any of the drafting style tracks, you have a lot more real estate to make things happen here. As you can see, the outside lines prevailing, putting the number 38 currently out in the lead of Xander Short. But that's not going to hold just yet. Boyd Hogan and the number 96 on the inside is going to get a bump from the 04 of Cody Porter. They're going to try to build up that momentum. You know, right here, if it was Daytona, 38 would have it.
Yep, 38
but it's Dega,
car.
baby.
Oh, Short gets the stage win as we have a car around. Munatsi Major around.
No caution yet, folks. They are still green flag racing.
Yep. We have Aiden Beerline, Munatsi Major, slow rolling there. And yeah, we're still green, so Man, surprise caution didn't come out there. Barney might have been sleeping, I'm not sure, but uh,
His arm got tired and then he fell asleep with the green flag runs. Yeah, we're looking now though. Or we were looking now. There's still green flag racing up there in the Tri-Oval 960421 top 3 cars. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, that went to the number 38 is Xander Short, who is now in 6th position. I believe he's the one that got the stage win, but it was real close. It's hard to tell.
yeah, these are the unofficial stage results. Try to key in. Oh, Xander Short squarely on the outside there, hitting the wall.
Hard hit. That's not good.
Yep, already
That's not good
damaged
for
to the
him
front of
as
that
he-
car, and again another hard hit to the outside wall. So fall
Hey,
from grace for the 38 after winning the stage. Now collecting some more damage there.
Yeah, he almost did a really good job saving it, but it just kind of weight transferred and slapped that wall. Hopefully it's nothing too major. His biggest problem now is if there's no caution, he's got nobody around him. He's going to be going real slow in comparison to the pack. As I'm looking through the field as I get back up to the leaders, everybody is single file through that lead pack.
Yep.
They are
They're getting ready to
they're
pit.
taking a moment to breathe.
Yeah, I think they're getting ready to pit here. Everybody's recognizing they need to be on the inside lane. Don't want to be caught in that second lane. Yeah, I think they've been out on for 31 laps under green, so won't be, probably not this time, but I mean, really, any lap here, we should see some guys start to come down pit lane.
Yeah, and you know, these guys are good drivers, but it's really easy to lock it up or tap another car if it's a huge group going down to pit road. So this might be the moment that Xander Short needs if he's heading into the pit road. So he's gonna hope a yellow comes out so he doesn't go down a lap or two. Yep, everybody's still single file down on the inside, definitely within the pit window like you were saying. It's just a matter of who's going to come, who's going to stay, you know, who wants to try to build a little bit of space before they stop for that fuel. And going to be interesting to see if anybody takes tires. I doubt it. Usually the strategy here at, you know, at a super speedway is just to top it up on fuel and get out of there. As we come out of 4, no takers yet.
Yep, still no takers. Most of the guys out on the track pitted either lap 72 or 73. So quick math, that would be for 72 laps, 34 laps this time by. So if I'm correct, really just a several laps left as far as fuel goes. Obviously highly dependent on fuel save. If you're out front, obviously you're 100% throttle for most of the lap, but if you're further back behind, you can be cracking that throttle, half throttle even, for much of the backstretch and through the corners even.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I don't think a single car out there saved. The moves they were making were insane.
Yeah.
They might have saved like half a lap from the times they had to get off the throttle to not kill somebody. But the way these guys were driving, I think they're all going to be on the same kind of playing field. I think all of them pitted at the same time last time they were able to. So I think we're going to see a big group come out.
I was going to say, someone who might have been saving, Garrett Lowe, we saw him up front for a lot of the first 2 stages, and then he kind of just fell back and was kind of cruising in the back. So, I mean, obviously has a fast car, but after being up front for a while, decided to slide back and cruise back there. So might be a quick stop for him as he probably has more fuel than a lot of the guys who will be pitting soon, I think.
Yeah, no, that's a very fair point. He definitely did kind of drop back, kind of fell beneath our radar, so to speak. He went back there so casually too. So I wouldn't be surprised if that was his goal, you know, trying to learn as much as he can about what to do for the super speedway races in the Coke Series. Everybody just being patient, biding their time, getting ready to put their pit crew to work here any lap now. Coming into 3, coming out of 4 here now. Let's see who, if anybody, decides to jump down onto pit road. Couple movements, but nothing to indicate going to pit. Just a little bit of natural wobble. Everybody's still hanging out, just kind of coasting. I'm sure this is the fuel saving portion of their run. You know, they definitely don't want a caution, but I'm sure a lot of them also don't want to pit on a green flag. So if they could do anything they can to save, I mean, I'm looking at speeds. They've dropped down 4, maybe 4 to 6 miles an hour. So yeah, they're definitely kind of just riding, not full throttle, not half throttle, maybe 3/4. As you can see, the number 13 is getting past to go another lap down, or 1 lap down here.
Yeah, that was beer line there. We saw him get loose and slow up there, but the green flag stayed out right as we entered the 3rd and final stage. And now, I mean, I'm a bit surprised that we haven't seen anyone come down pit lane, so might have been off by several laps. So I still think we're pretty close here to seeing some guys come down pit lane, but might have had a little bit more of a fuel window than I initially thought.
Well, I think this single file line is, like I was saying, they're saving fuel moment now. Because we're definitely within the window, and if they were going full throttle, I think we would have seen them pit already. But again, you know, I'm looking, these guys are running 190, 194 miles an hour consistently. So, you know, these guys are definitely not full throttle right now. They're kind of just, you know, not running the RPMs as high. And I'm sure some of the other cars that are in the line further back, you know, they're saving even more fuel. So I think we're definitely within the window, and if they stayed hard racing the way they were, I think we would have seen them stop already. But they're working on saving. As you can see, Boyd Hogan's getting pushed by the 04. They're creating a little bit of a gap between the 21. I'm almost wondering if they're going to come in this time by.
Yep, and something to think about. Green flag stops definitely need to be careful as we have Cody Porter, Boyd Hogan, much of the field coming down pit lane as we have a car. Ray Gill, I believe, was smoking the tires.
Oh, 45. Yep, 45 also slid into pit entrance there, but everybody's doing good.
Yeah, I think everyone made it. Don't see any black flags scored to the field on pit lane. So as long as these guys can get into their stalls safely, as we have a lot of guys having to check up for each other. Couple dudes sliding sideways into their stall.
Nice.
See Zelenka, I believe, that was sliding way through his stall.
Yeah, only 4 cars didn't stop: the 21, the 47, 12, and the 72. So I'm sure we'll be seeing them this time by.
Yep, they should. If they know what's good for them, come down pit lane this time so they can try to get reconnected here as they do now work their way down towards pit lane. Seems like everybody doing well to not lock them up and get to pit lane successfully. Now back to this other group who pitted. Cody Porter, who was the first to commit to the pit, is leading here on pit exit.
Yeah, a couple of these guys didn't quite come out together, so that's going to hurt them a little bit. It's 96 of Boyd Hogan's trying to suck up to the air. The little air trails that's being left by the first 4 cars there. He's making progress on it. 66, 77 behind the 96. 63, 8, and the 28, they're all together. So these guys are definitely going to be picking up a lot of speed to that pack that we're looking at now.
Yeah,
so,
look at the 99 of Garrett Lowe. We mentioned that he was kind of just hanging back. Probably had more fuel in that car than a lot of these other guys. So was able to get a quick stop there.
Yeah, see, at the end of that little 4-car breakaway, it's now a 5-car breakaway as Boyd Hogan was able to catch up to them. He's on the bumper of Lowe, trying to push him to the outside. Can't quite make it work with just 2 cars, so they're going to suck back into the air, kind of get that momentum built up, and then I'm sure we'll see him try it again, as you can see behind them. even more cars are coming up as they're staying organized, trying to use the airs. They go too wide now. It's going to be Porter, 57, Stafford, Lowe, and Boyd on the outside. Ray Gill on the number 66 is here. He's ready to play. Whoa. Oh, as they got slower traffic. Those guys are the ones that hit it a lap after, so they're going to have more fuel, but they're also not going to be up to speed. Is going to make for some tight pack racing.
I think my app crashed here, but luckily we have the camera pointed at a good group of cars here. Let's see if I can get this back up and running.
Oh, trouble. Looks like the number 8 of Daryl Hahn got turned up to the wall. No caution there. Just a right rear to left front between him and Casey Tucker, so they're good. Hahn now going down to pit road as we continue to stay green flag racing here at Cody Porter, and the number 04 being pushed by Gilo here in second place on the inside line. Number 57 of Joe Stafford hanging out. A lot of cars being organized up through the top 5. For position 6, they're side by side, but Boyd Hogan stuck out there on his own. Now you can see just at the right side of the screen as they disappear, the number 63 of Avila picks up Hogan, staying nice and tight, trying to build momentum out there with the number 66 of Ray Gill and the number 28 of Tucker back there.
Cool, we're back here.
Fantastic.
Yep.
Yeah, these guys are definitely running a lot harder than they were before that pit cycle. We got 26 to go in this race. We are in the final stage. Right now, our leaders, the number 04, Cody Porter, with Garrett Lowe pushing him. Number 57 of Joe Stafford still hanging out in third on the inside line. Boyd Hogan, Johnny Avila, and Ray Gill back there, currently sitting 5th, 7th, and 9th. They're trying to make that outside line work, as you can see them sitting there. Tucker also included in that. He's trying to make his way up to the front here once again as we come to the closing laps here at Talladega for the 5-Star Cup Series. Just wanted to say that. I'm sure you guys know where you're at.
Yep, crossing the line, 25 laps to go now. Porter's still doing well, hanging on to this lead. A lot of fast guys up there, Garrett Lowe included. We'll see if Boyd Hogan has enough help here on this outside lane to get them rolling here. James Morvant jumping out behind Casey Tucker there. I'm just shocked how well that 63 car can push there with all the damage it has. But actually, let's hop on board with Johnny Avila. I was trying to see, it looked like Hogan might have a tiny bit of damage there to the rear end.
Yeah, he definitely does. Might have been a shove too hard or something like that. I didn't quite see anything. Maybe it was on pit entrance. Somebody got into the back of him. But yeah, that's definitely not going to help that outside line develop at all. I mean, you know, like we were saying, if you stay tucked in, you're fine. But how does it work when both cars have the same deficit, right? I mean, like, do they cancel each other out, or, you know, like, does it, you know, how does that work? But I mean, they're making a fool of us. They're making that middle line work, just the 3 of them. The 96, 63, and 66. As the 7 now enters, trying to make up a little bit of ground to get into push position here. 96 utilizing that side draft to try to slow that momentum of the inside out and keep him kind of even as number 63 works his way back up to the back bumper. A little bit of movement out of that middle line as they reconnect, but everybody's doing a good job right now. Single file inside line seems to be the best line right now to make it work, as you can kind of see of a small 3-car breakaway as Stafford gets back up to the bumper of Gilo.
Yeah, Joe Stafford, someone that kind of he kind of lulled us to sleep there through the middle part of this race, but looking really strong here, pushing Garrett Lowe here on this inside lane. We'll see if he can make a run as we approach the end of this thing. Coming to the line will be 22 laps. And I don't think
Bacardi get the bump there.
I was gonna say, I don't think we need any more. I think they all can make it on fuel here, so we should be good till the end. No more green flag stops required.
Yeah, you know, I'm looking at these speeds. They've definitely gone up to 195 to 196 now. So some drivers might be opting to save a little bit of fuel for the green and white checkers. But yeah, they should be well within that window. So if they're saving, I can see it being 15, maybe 18 laps to go before we start seeing some major moves going on. As you can see, the outside or middle line looking to make things work with the number 77 of Tyler Justice leading that pack, with Boyd Hogan pushing, Johnny Avila right behind them trying to stay nice and tight.
Yeah, Tyler Justice doing well in that outside lane now, gathering a lot of momentum here down the front stretch. Boyd Hogan pushing him well here, and they're coming up on a lapper here on the inside that might affect this bottom lane here. Porter's going to have to try to figure out, as he is now even with Justice here. Oh, barely getting around the 45 there. Making it work,
Yeah.
but that does cause a little bit of a hiccup there on that bottom, as Justice now slides down ahead of Porter with a little bit of a shove, almost getting the 77 loose. But Justice now committed to this bottom lane here in the outside, with Hogan and Avila, who we mentioned have a bit of damage, stalling out there on the high side.
Yeah, and you know, a lot of people were taking advantage of having of everybody having to move up. The number 12, while that action was going on that we were watching, he made a move to the inside of 36, left him out in the middle lane. So a lot of guys saw an opportunity and took it. As now Boyd Hogan's on the inside there, right behind the number 57 of Stafford. That's going to be where he wants to be right now. With that rear end damage, he's going to want to be with the fastest line, and you know, he's sitting pretty good in 5th position, Boyd Hogan is. So, you know, we're going to see him maybe look to make some moves here in the next couple laps. But until momentum is built, I don't think we're going to see him look out. At the very right of our screen for a moment there, you can see the number 28 of Casey Tucker. He's taking advantage of the arrows, of the aerodynamic. He was closing in pretty good on Bacardi. I'm sure we'll be seeing these guys make some pretty aggressive moves here in a few laps, if not now.
Yeah, with 19 laps to go, I mean, that's still a lot of ground to cover, but definitely some of these guys who are in the middle need to start thinking about how they're gonna strategically get up towards the front, as we now have Casey Tucker trying to get this middle lane formed up. Vincent Bacardi and Boyd Hogan also joining this middle lane here. Their hope is to gather momentum in this bottom lane, now lacking the car support behind the 57 of Joe Stafford. Is going to be pulled back. And a little bit of side drafting here by Boyd Hogan heading down the front stretch. He's going to be even and pass the 77 of Justice by the time they get to the start finish.
Yeah, him and Bacardi moved to the inside line, leaving Casey Tucker and the number 28, and the 63 of Avila, 12 of Morvant and Ray Gill, and one other on the outside. But Casey Tucker tucks into the inside there for third, but comes right back out. He just wanted a quick slipstream, shake and bake type of moment there. As you can see, kind of kept him even. The number 63 is going to come up and try to push him forward, but yeah, that didn't quite work out in Tucker's favor. But you know, you said it well, 19, 18, 17 laps to go. That's a lot of real estate, a lot of time. But you know, experienced super speedway drivers know as quick as you can gain that ground, you can lose it. So I'm definitely anticipating these are these are going to be the test laps. What is your car capable of in its current condition? Who's going to be kind of making more aggressive moves, who's not? And then once we get down to 5 to go, I think that's where the real big whoa moments are going to happen. As you can see, the top three are bumping each other. Gilo looks to the outside, trying to use his momentum to his advantage, try to gain as much ground as he can, as you see him kind of come down to take that side draft away. Porter in the 04 is going to connect with Gilo. They're going to try to build up momentum on that middle line and see if that'll work for them.
Yeah, we saw Garrett Lowe and Porter work together earlier. successfully, that is. And now they're at it again here, trying to make this outside lane work. And Bugatti now jumping ahead of Garrett Lowe there, contesting for the lead. I mean, we've seen it time and time again that outside lane can really get formed up and move, and enough to pass that bottom lane, especially heading down the front stretch. So expect a similar move coming to the checkered flag. But now Bugatti leading this outside lane, gets dropped off by Lowe. Lowe might have kind of forced him out there with the amount of speed he had behind Bugatti, but this outside lane absolutely just roared down that backstretch, and they're committed to this middle lane as they're not moving down ahead of the 96 for now.
Yeah, it's very important for Bugatti to get back into the line, get that air from them, and get back up there. As he's making moves in the back, you see him, he's the last car there, going up to the high side. He gets connected back there, and he's going to make it work. Yeah, these guys are really dedicated to that high side, and it's a smart idea, because if you can get these guys to break up and slow down, as 21 right there, as you see him in the middle of your screen, that orange car, he's making some aggressive moves. He almost door slammed somebody trying to get the side draft going. But as I was saying, if you can get this inside line to break up and get them to drop out of the draft, that's just going to be less cars you have to worry about as the laps tick down. So, these guys are definitely going to start packing up into different lines. Maybe see less aggressive lane changes like we have, just so that way they can time it to really slow it down. Yeah.
I mean, the great migration to the outside lane has commenced here, as looks like the outside lane fully formed up here. I mean, obviously all these guys have the option, have the ability to drop down to the bottom here, but seemingly seems like the outside lane is where the speed is at currently, though. Now Boyd Hogan pushing McGill here on that bottom side again. So a lot of runs to be had, a lot of speed to be found. But outside lane showing to I'm sorry to cut you off again. Outside lane showing a lot of speed here. Go ahead. Sorry, go ahead.
No, you're good. I was saying we're definitely going to see the
car down to the apron.
Oh, he comes back up. No caution yet. Still no caution as he spins back down to the apron. Still green flag conditions, and there it is.
I hit the wrong button. Sorry.
No, you were good.
I'm getting sleepy.
That was crazy. Oh, that was insane. Just a bad little bump gets his car upset. Wow. That's gonna shake things up.
This is heading out of 4 here. You see Holden McGill get pushed down to the apron, comes back up through the field, and that's not what brought the caution out.
It was a admin controlled caution.
Got it. Okay, so yeah, Holden McGill getting it rolling there on the racing surface brings out the caution, and with just 13 laps to go here, we have a late race caution. We'll see. We should see everybody probably stay out. I don't think there's much advantage to going down pit lane at this point, but Garrett Lowe scored with the lead here as we wait for the field to get racked up again.
Yeah, I imagine the only cars that we're going to see come down are going to be cars like the number 21, Holden McGill. He did get the outside wall. Looking through my binoculars, his right front's pretty scratched up, bent up, so he might elect to come down and get some damage. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we see a couple people who expect green-white checkered to come down and just top off just to be safe. If they're kind of in the bubble of, oh no, will we make it? We might see them, because like I was saying earlier, as quick as you can gain, you can lose it. So some of these guys are really confident in their ability to drive in the air, and so we're going to see as a couple cars do look like they're coming down.
Yeah, I mean, also could be some of the cars that have damage, as we see Avila back there, Hogan, who we spotted some rear end damage on that car. So
number 28 of Tucker came down. His car is scratched up, but doesn't look too bad. Might just be a safety net as his car gets jacked up on the right side. See if they go for 4s here. Yep, 4 tires and some fuel, possibly. Maybe a little bit of extra damage repair. Nope, he's back out. He just came for fuel and tires. Interesting strategy choices on that. tires really not that big of a deal. They do matter, but not as much as like Bristol or Pocono or some of the more technical tracks. But I mean, what 14 to go? I don't know if it's necessarily a bad idea to do that.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like Boyd Hogan there also electing to swap out 4 tires. As I mentioned, Avila here looks like he is committed to repairing damage here on pit lane. So he wants to make that mad dash to the front coming to the end, and he needs a healthy race car to do that. So expect him to stay there for as long as he can. Really not too large of a field left, so even if you come back out and you're at the back of the pack, I mean, with a clean car, you can really still make a run here coming to the end.
Yeah, I'm taking a closer look at Avila's number 63 machine. He's got damage in every single corner. Not a single door panel straight. His back bumper is now the straightest thing on his car. So it's definitely a good idea to try to take advantage of the big track size.
It's getting hammered out, though. I mean, like, look at that. Right before our eyes there.
I gotta love iRacing magician crews. These guys, they know how to fix them, and they know how to fix them right. I'm gonna tell you right now, when he gets back out there, he ain't even gonna know. And they're focusing on the most important parts of the car too, and I find that kind of fascinating. They're pushing the corners out, getting the nose as the pace car enters the tri-oval. We're gonna see Avila. Maybe we're gonna see him go. Oh man, he's. Oh, there he goes. Okay, wow, he's cutting it close.
It's gonna be like cars.
Oh, he got it. Awesome. Being one of the first pit stalls closer to the exit, that definitely helped him out there. But I didn't think he was going to make it for a moment. I was thinking, oh, no, he's a lap down. He ain't going to have no opportunity. But his car looks a lot better now. Look at that. That's pro. That's pro level timing right there. If that was me, I'd be a lap down and throwing my wheel out my window.
What is it? Sometimes it happens where like, shit, I'm trying to think. Like sometimes you're in your pit stall and you think you're gonna leave, but then like they service after. I can't remember exactly, but I feel like I've been screwed several times where like, okay, I'm going now, but like, oh shit, I accidentally checked tires or something. Now they're gonna swap me out.
Yeah, I had that happen in a league race. I had a tow with my fast repair checked.
Yeah.
And as soon as they dropped me off the tow truck, it turned it off. And I had like 16 minutes of required, and I'm like, I'm leaving. Tuesday, actually, for that pack test for Texas, that league race. That's why I made the pack test. I was like, I'm out of here, man.
I think one time too, like, well, I was getting repairs done, and the engine turned off, and like it was really close, and like I completely forgot I didn't restart the motor, and like just that little bit was enough for me to go down a lap. But yeah.
That happens to me all the time. I actually did go a lap down because of that. I'm sitting there, I'm watching, I'm like, all right, okay, I got 5 more seconds. All right, start the engine. And I started it, and as soon as I reached for my shifter, it shut my engine back off. And I'm like, no! Oh,
dude,
man.
I think they need to disable the clutch assist because there's so much drama to be had if you stall it, or like on restarts or just like all sorts of stuff.
I agree.
Like coming off pit lane.
Pace car.
Like people can stall it. I mean, that would be so funny to have that. But yeah, iRacing too arcadey for my liking. But
I feel that I have it off, so I'm a victim of my own stupidity. As the cars get ready to rock and roll, they're coming to the restart line. Green flag is out. G-Lo starting them out in the inside line with Porter on the outside. The number 77 of Tyler Justice looking to try to make momentum happen on the inside line. But there is a huge gap. Never mind, the 72 of Begg says, you know what, I'll take that if you don't mind. So now they're going to be 3-3 double file, trying to build up as momentum, or as much momentum as quick as they can, as we are at 10 to go in this race.
Yep, you have cars already shuffling out this form of third lane. Boyd Hogan there on the outside with Clark Jr. And Porter also going to join the outside lane there. And Joseph Stafford now leading this bottom side. Vincent Picotti in the middle, 3 wide, heading through 3 and 4 here. And Mr. Waters there, right behind Picotti in that center lane too. So all sorts of names popping up here towards the front. that we've seen pretty consistent throughout the race. But a lot of heavy hitters, Justice, Stafford, and Lowe on that bottom lane.
Yeah, now's the critical time to be perfect as you can be. You want to make sure that you're pushing right, you're being pushed right, you're using this side draft to your advantage. I mean, just look at those 4 cars, 3 cars
Beg.
on the inside line, and Meg goes up to the outside.
From the
He's
bottom.
like, this line's gonna get the momentum. Oh, but someone gets shuffled out there down to the middle line. Now the outside line is gonna be 1 less car. That looked like it was Picardi there. Could be wrong. He's now being now trying to work magic in that middle lane, but it doesn't look like it's working just yet. Still though, you said it earlier, a lot of real estate left. As the 66 gets a little bit of
Big check up there. Villa has to pull off the racing surface, and he's hard into the wall. Turned around on the track. We're still green. Expect a caution to come out, as there has to be debris on the track, but we're still green.
Yeah, I don't think we're gonna get it. Maybe we'll get a admin-controlled caution here, but so far everybody's piling up, and Avila now pointed straight, trying to get up to speed, but that pack is coming quick. He's the high-yo English. He's gonna go a lap down in a hurry because he's got nobody around them, and with as organized as this lead pack is, oh man, that's rough for Avila.
Yeah, rough for Avila. And then also, I mean, it seems like that just that little bit of a spill there really kind of stalled out the middle and outside lane, though. Now we see James Morvant here working with Holden McGill, trying to get this center back up and running. And Garrett Lowe also detecting the momentum there in the middle. He's going to move ahead of Morvant here to contest for the race leads. If cars around, trouble down the backstretch. All sorts of mayhem.
Involved. Yeah, and the 96 of Hogan involved. Looks like he's going to have some more extensive damage from that.
Yeah. Does bring out a caution.
Yep, caution out with 7 to go here. Oh, this is going to make it even more interesting. Yeah, it's, a lot of damage for Cotty there. 47 machine. Man, that's rough. A lot of heavy hitters taken out by this. Yeah, just nowhere to go, as we're going to see here once we get the replay pulled up. A lot of drivers did a good job missing it, though. I'm sure everyone's going to be enjoying this here in a few moments.
Yep, trying to see. Wait, I don't think this is right. There we go.
Yeah, 45 just came up, made contact with the 96, sent him around, and really nowhere for anyone to go at these speeds. And moves up maybe to get a little bit of the side draft. Doesn't quite use all the real estate up, but then you can see he kind of gets the right rear of the car ahead of him. That shoots him up. Gets the left rear of 96. Down they come, collecting the car on the inside, and then nowhere for Picardi to go. Just mayhem.
Yep.
You see one car who's at the number 7 following Picardi right on through, like a majestic parting of the seas right there.
Yep.
He's like, you know what? There ain't no way they're going to get me if you're pushing them out of the way.
We'll back up and go on board. Go on board there with Mr. Waters here. See him riding towards the back here.
Everything looks normal, and then it doesn't.
Oh, man.
What a decision to make. What a dodge. What a move.
Great drive.
Get this man an MVP trophy.
Quick hands by Mr. Waters.
Oh, man. Everyone's got a plan until you get punched in the face, and he adapted real good.
But pit lane a little busy here with this late caution, as we have guys electing here to get some damage repair. Johnny Avila back on pit lane, trying to get more of that damage hammered out, as well as Vincent Picardi, who we saw with heavy nose damage, and Bacon Zelenka.
I think the only person to benefit from this was Johnny Avila. I don't think the pack got to him by the time. By the time the caution
Oh
came
yeah,
out.
you're right. Yeah.
And you know his car doesn't look that bad either, so I'm thinking he might still have a chance here. I mean, you already saw what he did with the damage he had. This is going to be an action-packed finish. I'm not even going to lie to you.
Yep, and for the cash prize too, winner gets a cash prize. So high stakes.
High speeds, high stakes. That's the best way to have them.
Yep.
I'm looking at Avila though. While he's on pit road, his right front is pretty damaged. So hopefully that crew, that magical crew, can straighten that out in a good, quick, and a hurry, because that's definitely going to slow him down quite a bit. Hogan looks not too bad.
Yeah, I'm trying to see if yeah, I don't see anything too crazy with his car there.
Number 38 is Xander Short, also on pit road, getting some damage repaired from his earlier incident.
I think
His car looks like it's pretty well.
I think
he's
he got out of
yeah.
his car and yeah, just left. Left it there.
Yeah, 32 laps. Yeah, 32 laps down. Oh, come on, get back in the car. You can win this thing. Oh. Yeah, all right, pace cars comes to the tri-oval. Oh man, there goes Avila. He's not cutting it as close this time around, but Hogan's still sitting there chilling. He's waiting. And he goes.
Yep.
Is he gonna get it? I think so. Yeah, wow. That's cutting it close. He's definitely got auto anti-stall on.
Dude, yeah,
Oh,
with
man.
the lack of clutch assist too, if you get into like a wreck and you don't get the clutch in, you can stall it and like have issue getting back up to speed. Or I guess it matters more with like road course, but all
Yeah,
sorts of drama with the clutch assist off.
If I'm ever in a crash on a Wednesday that I'm racing in, if I sit there for, you know, longer than 3 seconds, it's because I forgot a clutch existed and I was so panicked. I'm terrible at that because I don't use clutch assist. So every time I get spun or I get involved in something, I have to restart the car. And if my wheel is full lock, I have
Yeah.
a new wheel. So I still have to figure out which buttons are which, even though they're color coded. Yeah, I'm smart. I just sit there and everyone's like, is he going to go? It's like, I'm trying, man. I'm
Yeah.
trying. Ladies and gentlemen who are still hanging out here in the chat, who's your pick here? We got 4 to go here to finish up the race. Got Lowe sitting in first, Morvant in second, Stafford in third, McGill in fourth, and Justice in fifth. But that doesn't mean these guys are going to be your winners. Anyone on that track is going to have an opportunity. John Wood says 57. I think that's a solid choice. He's been a good driver.
Stafford's been running good all night. I mean, I think we see another caution before the thing's over. So
Maybe now's an opportunity to get a quick text chat poll. How many cars in the next crash? How many you thinking? X87 says 96. As the pace car pulls off, we're getting ready to rock and roll here with 4 to go at the line. We'll have 3 to go. Whew, catch our breaths. Let's get ready as they enter the restart zone here at Talladega in the 5-Star Cup Series. Gilo leading them off. Green flag is in the air. Joe Stafford's right on the bumper of Lowe. He's ready to go. 77 to Justice on the inside. Also on the bumper. 66 Regill on the bumper. 12, 21, 04, 36. All of them linked up already.
yep, and the car to watch too is the 77 of Tyler Justice. Very fast race car. They're sitting third currently behind Joe Stafford. But bottom lane rolling well. Now the outside, Justice jumping to the outside
wide.
if we have cars below the yellow.
Yeah, Tucker had to make a quick move to not wreck Gill there, but good job by everybody.
Oh, now we have
We're seeing
3
a lot of
lanes
movement.
forming up here. Holder McGill thinking about for a second going to the top side now. Cody Porter committed to the outside as that window closes up fast.
Yeah, a lot of doors are going to be opening and closing here. It's going to get interesting real quick, real quick and in a hurry. As the number 57 leads the inside line, trying to get some momentum. Now the inside line's led by G-Lo and Justice. They come down. G-Lo leaves the 77.
Oh, man.
21 to the middle.
Big
Ooh,
block
followed by
there.
the
Casey
28.
Tucker holding on to that thing there on the bottom, but G-Lo still able to lead this race, now ahead of Holden McGill here in the middle. And this middle
look
lane
who's
really
up there.
booking now.
The number 96 has entered the chat once again, being pushed by the 13 right behind Bacati right there. 3 wide coming out of the corner to the white flag. G-Lo currently leading, but maybe not for long, as the inside line's got 5 cars, outside's got 2 now, as Hogan jumps to the middle, gives Manazzi a huge bump.
Yep, white flag now in the air as we have cars wrecking just
4
after the
wide.
start finish. But we'll stay
4
green
wide.
here. Yeah, 4 wide through 1 and 2. Holden McGill being pushed to the lead by Tyler Justice. And this bottom
got a
lane
long way to
really
go.
has momentum down the backstretch. Joseph Stafford, Justice, and McGill here leading this bottom lane. Also have 28 of Casey Tucker.
They still got a long way to go. That start-finish line being at the end of the trial was going to be a lot of real estate for these guys to make some major
Justice
moves.
looking at the outside there as he's banging doors there with McGill coming down the front stretch side by side, still banging doors coming to the start finish. Oh, cars wrecking behind. It's McGill, unofficial McGill, Justice P2. We'll come back and be sure that is the result there. But what a finish coming to the line. McGill and Justice throwing elbows. Oh man,
that was like a mosh pit right there. Left elbow, right elbow, uppercut, you name it. What a finish. That was crazy.